Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. This episode is a special episode for the 20th anniversary of Doctor Who. In today's episode, we join with a bunch of really cool people who like Doctor Who. And I like Doctor Who as well, obviously. But yeah, I'm going to get everyone to introduce themselves. So some people have been on before, some people haven't. So it's going to be really fun and cool. So I'm going to go in order that people joined in. So I'm going to go, Kathryn, you go first. Introduce yourself.
Okay, well, I'm Kathryn. Um, what was the question?
That's it. You don't say much else. You can just say I'm Kathryn. That's brilliant.
That's
Um,
me.
that's brilliant. Matthew, introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. Good to be back on the podcast. I'm Matt, a big Doctor Who fan. I'm repping Christopher Eccleston tonight.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yep. Woo!
Cool.
Fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic. Great to have you back, Matt. Um, Tom.
Hey, I'm Tom. I'm also a big fan of Doctor Who. I wish I had the Ninth Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver, but I lost that years ago. Um, but yeah, happy to be on the podcast for the first time.
Brilliant. You've got, I think, Tom. Is that Tom Baker's scarf you got there?
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah. Yeah. It's brilliant. Tom Baker's really cool.
Mhm.
And Connor, would you mind introducing yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name's Connor. I've been watching Doctor Who for as long as I can remember, and first time on the podcast, so happy to be here and excited to talk about Doctor Who.
Yeah. Great to have you on.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's going to be really cool, guys. So I guess to start with, is there anyone here that didn't start with Christopher Eccleston, or did we all just start with him when watching Doctor Who? Did anyone start watching Doctor Who before him?
I don't think we did actually. Did we?
Well, I would have been
Did
six
we?
months old, so at the
I
time.
Oh man.
same. I would be probably no, because wait, when did Chris's series came out again? It's 2000. Which month was it again?
2005, yeah.
March.
March. I wasn't even born yet.
I was a baby.
I
I was
was
about two,
still a
so
little.
I might have seen it when it first came out.
You were two.
I feel so old. I was 10 when it came out.
What you said?
Ooh. Well, that's
Yeah.
actually a really good age to watch Doctor Who for the first time, though.
Yeah,
That's
it
a
was.
really good age. Yeah. Yeah, actually,
Oh.
like I envy you, dude. I envy you so much.
Yeah, so it was March.
I do not envy being 30.
Yeah, but you get to see, him back in the day, 2000s, at the age of 10. Like honestly, that's better than watching it when you're 5 years old, I think.
You know what? You know what? Yeah, I can understand. I can understand that.
Like imagine the hype back then for like both new and old fans alike. Like, for
Oh,
the
there
old fans, they'll
was
probably be like, "Oh my God, Doctor Who's coming back."
there was so much hype. I do remember that. Yeah.
So there has to be. And especially with the Autons in episode 1, there's gonna be like the 70s fans from the John Pertwee
Mm.
era. Like they're definitely gonna be hype about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember the last series that was actually aired in March. I mean, I know we got Rose aired in March, but I don't think there's much more that actually aired that early.
March the 26th.
Yeah.
Mm. That's like a while away. I'm not even born yet. Like I'm still a little, you know, small ball of cells.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
You were cooking,
Yeah,
quite
yeah,
literally.
actually, yeah, I was.
He was in the
I
oven.
definitely was. I definitely was.
Yeah, I was 5. I was actually 5.
Oh my God, you're actually fine.
Yeah, I was actually 5.
Because I just said.
I might have been 4 at the time because it aired in March because my birthday is in September.
Yeah, I know that.
So yeah,
Wait,
you
how
you,
was
you know that.
how was it though? How was it for Tom Mason? How was it for you two, like watching Chris on the screen for the very first time?
It was interesting.
Well, yeah. Well, I didn't know about about Doctor Who at the time. But my mum, she was a really big Doctor Who fan back in the day, and so she was really excited about it. And to be honest, she's the main reason why I'm into it at the moment, because she introduced me to it.
Amazing. We love that. We love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm just barely trying to get my fam into the Whoniverse. Because good news, I have gotten two of my friends to watch Doctor Who for the first time. And
Nice.
they've seen, obviously they all started from Rose because An Unearthly Child's not on BBC iPlayer, sadly. And one of my friends, because I showed him pictures of like all the doctors before they watched it, and I said, "No, you're going to watch this guy with the bald head and a leather jacket." And he's like, he doesn't look doctory at all. He doesn't even give the doctor vibes. And after watching Rose, he's like, "Yep, okay, he's the doctor." I'm like, "Duh, of course he is."
Yeah. Like it's so cool. Like I mean, I got into Doctor Who because of my brother. He said you should watch it. It's good, and so I did. So watch it, and then here we are. Here we are right now.
Probably like one of the few good things your sibling has done for you in your entire life.
Yeah. Yeah. He actually he's good at recommending good shows. Like he'll just
Yeah, but
randomly say that to me.
it has to be that one show that shaped your whole life, kind of,
Yeah.
or became a big part of yourself, kind of. I feel like for Mason, I feel like it's definitely Doctor Who for you, I think. Unless you think otherwise, obviously.
Yeah, at the time and after, like I was 10 when David Tennant regenerated, right? And he's I actually remember it very well. Um, and then I actually cried when he regenerated actually because with the Ninth Doctor I didn't know what regeneration was. I was 5 or 4 or 5, and then I was just confused at that age.
You just see this skinny Scottish man wearing the same clothes that the bald man was wearing. And you were like,
Yeah,
who is this man?
what's going on? What's going on?
Everyone's favorite funkle. Can we all say David Tennant's a funkle? A fun uncle?
I'd agree.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Kathryn, you're not responding.
Debatable.
Like, is David Tennant a fun uncle?
I guess so. I haven't heard
He's
that
everyone's
term
fun
before.
uncle. I feel
I mean,
like I
I
would
think
love
he's got more like dad energy. Like, you've seen like the videos that like Georgia has taken of him and stuff. But I
I
can see how
feel
he's
I
also a
feel like
fun uncle.
I feel like he's definitely my uncle. He's definitely the uncle I would love to have, for sure.
Yeah, like when I met him the other year, I had to get pushed away to get moved on.
Oh my God.
Like
Has
he
anyone
seemed,
had the pleasure of
yeah,
meeting Chris or Billy?
yeah.
No, never, unfortunately. Not yet, anyway.
Not yet, no.
I've met Chris Eccleston and David Tennant.
I was going to meet Christopher Eccleston when he was with Billy Piper at the Manchester one, where he was like, when someone asked him, like, is there a way he comes back? And he was like, sack 'em all. And that one, I was going to go to that one, but I decided I didn't because the weather was terrible.
Well, of course it's the weather.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just I went lots that year. I went to lots of Comic Cons, and I just couldn't be asked to go.
Can we all agree here that Christopher Eccleston is underrated AF?
Oh, absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
Yeah,
one thing we
definitely.
can all agree on, because he is. He
Yeah,
definitely is. I mean, I can see why I can see why everyone likes him. I mean, this is very easy to cosplay.
yeah.
Budget and I guess fabric wise. I mean, I've worn this before, like in um not just in Comic Cons, but also in my personal life. And a lot of people are saying like this jacket actually matches you, and I'm like, really?
It does a bit. Same colour as your hair.
Wait, Kathryn, you have like the leather jacket as well,
I
right?
do. I found it in a charity shop at random
Yeah,
a few
why
years
did you
back.
put it on? You should put it on.
It's
Like,
downstairs.
where is it?
It's downstairs with the coats. I've got
Oh,
I've got my Sonic
Ah.
lipstick. I've got something. I've got big finishes. I'm
oh, big
sorted.
finish. Oh, yeah.
Oh yes,
Does everyone know that Chris and Billy are coming back for
Yes.
Big Finish?
Yeah.
yes,
Oh, so
There was
absolutely.
a happy squeal.
Yeah, it's
Can't wait.
interesting. Like, are we gonna see? No, because I know there's definitely a few time skips in between series one, so it's definitely gonna be more of
Yeah.
the Doctor and Rose. Definitely.
It's going to be
Maybe.
interesting what they do.
Has anyone
Yeah.
seen like? Has anyone here heard of like the one where the Doctor before he met Rose, kind of like the adventures before he met Rose?
Yeah, I got them.
But have you listened to them? Oh,
Yeah, I've listened to them.
I've listened to
ah.
the first 4. They're really good.
Hmm.
Well, has anything changed, like companion wise? Like,
No
do you still?
companions. It's all like solo stuff.
Is it? I thought there's gonna be companion. I don't know.
He won't. He only likes Rose.
I mean, he meets the Brigadier, which is technically an on and off companion.
Yeah, that's true.
Release
And
Summer
Liv and her partner are in it.
Yeah,
River
yeah.
Song.
Yes.
Do
Yes,
they
those-
count? I don't know if they count.
Well, they had the
You
big
guys.
finish memory loss, don't they? So
Of course they did.
The convenient big finish plot memory
Yeah.
loss.
Yeah.
What would you say is like everyone's favorite episode of the Chris Eccleston era?
Who wants to go first?
I'm going to say
Mason, do you
Dalek.
want to go first? You're the big boy. You're the big man. You're the host.
No, all right.
You should go
What we'll
first.
do, guys, is we'll all say our favourite one, and then we'll all say our least favourite one, if we have one.
Oh,
Um,
that's interesting.
right. My favourite is I mean, I don't really count the Christmas Invasion in his series because it's in his bit in it on iPlayer. I don't really count that. I kind of like it's a difficult one, but I'm gonna go for no. I've got to go for Dalek.
Hmm.
Dalek.
Dalek's a good one.
I have a feeling
A really good one.
that's most people's like favorite episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with good reason. I mean, it brilliantly set up the Daleks for the rest of the new series. Also solidified the like the consequences of the time war as well.
Yeah.
Not to mention Chris's brilliant acting in that episode.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my Lord. Like that was wow. It's like we
Yeah.
finally see why he's wearing this. Kind of like a reason why he's wearing this instead of,
Yeah, the anger and the hurt that he showed in that one particular scene, it was brutal and it was fantastic.
he nailed it. Like he
Mm.
aced it. Oh my Lord.
It was awesome.
What's your least favorite episode though, Mason? Out of the Chris Eccleston era?
Is out of The Unquiet Dead and The Long Game.
Oh, why
And-
these two though?
I don't know. When I watched Unquiet Dead, I just didn't. I don't know. I just felt not as connected to it as everything else. But with The Long Game, I just didn't like it. I just thought it was rubbish. And not the Ninth Doctor, just a story. I think all the other stories are really good. So yeah, I'll probably say Long Game.
Is it because there's too much British reality TV show references?
But like, I freaked out. Isn't The Long Game the one where they flick their fingers, or is that a different one?
No, that is
No,
Yeah,
that-
no,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, yeah, that's why then. Because when I was a kid, right, I was freaked out by a lot of Doctor Who episodes, and like I don't know, I just got freaked out by you just flick your finger and then you got this eye on your forehead, and I just didn't like it. So so that's one of the reasons, and I just thought I mean I just didn't like it in general, but
to be honest, yeah, I kind of get what you mean because that kind of falls into like the body horror sort of genre because you just click your fingers and then just your brain is exposed and it's just
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it's horrible
Eh,
to think about.
horrible. Absolutely horrible. No. No, 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 no.
It is. It's a difficult one.
Kathryn, what about you? What's your favorite Eccleston episode?
My favorites are probably the Slytherin two-parter
Oh, wait.
and
What was it called
Father's
again?
Day,
Hang on.
World War Three and Aliens
Aliens
of
of
London.
London, and
Boomtown.
Father's
Yes,
Day.
yes, yes. Oh, the Slytherin were amazing antagonists, honestly. Wow.
It was funny. They were funny.
Yeah, I enjoy
Wait,
the political
who
factor.
was the lady Slytherin? Who was that actress called again? What was her name again?
Annette,
Annette
someone.
Badlands.
Annette
Annette
Badland.
Badland, yes. Fun
Oh,
fact,
yeah,
she
that's the
also
one.
played the toy maker in a Fourth Doctor Big Finish episode.
Oh yeah, she did,
Really?
didn't she?
Yes, like apparently she's the first female toy maker in the whole series or something.
Interesting.
Can anyone see her as the toy maker though? Now that we've had Neil Patrick Harris.
I think so.
I think so. Yeah, she also did a Torchwood where Big Finish where it was like a prequel to Aliens of London where she first crash lands and it's I think it's Susie that meets her. I haven't listened to
Oh,
it, but
Susie.
apparently it's very good.
Of course it had to be Susie.
Susie.
Kathryn, do you have your least favorite episode though?
It would be Rose.
Really?
Wow.
Why Rose?
Well, I just find pilots of any like series just a little predictable, if that makes sense. And it's the beginning of the series, it's building everything up, and the characters aren't at their best yet.
Is that,
Well, Rose definitely, but the Doctor?
Well, they're all good, but it's right at the beginning,
Hmm.
and it's just they're not quite them yet.
Fair enough, I guess. Fair
The
enough.
story's good, the acting's good. It's just a bit meh.
I feel like it's sort of fan service as well because of the Autons, and I have seen some of Doctor Who Confidential, and there was one episode with it where it was about the companion, and then compared to like the classic companions, yeah, Rose was definitely like huge game changer in accordance to the times because she's quick on her feet, she knows what she's doing, she's streetwise, I guess. Can we all say Rose is streetwise in a way?
Silent.
I suppose
Like,
Rose is an episode I'd have in the background, if that makes sense. You know, if I'm just on my phone and
Yeah.
it's just there,
Yeah.
and I don't care about what's happening because like it's one you already know a lot, and it's a really popular one, but I just have it down in the background.
Yeah, I mean, I have the similar opinions on other like series openers. It's the first episode, it's setting everything off. There are other better, interesting episodes to watch instead of it. But it is good. I do enjoy it.
I forgot about the Slytherins though, because that's like Kathryn, like you're really smart because like that's like
I
a
am very
really-
smart.
Yeah.
the Slytherin episodes are generally really good though. Oh, and Harriet Jones. How can we forget about Harriet Jones? I mean, come on.
She's good.
We all know who
Yes,
Harriet Jones
we all
right?
know who she
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, we
The ongoing meme.
Ah,
And Father's Day
Um,
is just chef's kiss.
Love to see the
Yeah.
behind the scenes of them just taking the mickey out of Harriet Jones or the actor just saying, "I know who you are."
Penelope Wilton. Oh my goodness,
Uh-huh.
she carried that episode. Well, next to Chris and Billy.
hmm.
Like because like my parents watch Downton Abbey sometimes, and occasionally I see her pop up in the show, and I was like, wait, that's the lady from Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, like she's actually really good, and she's you know a meme character in Doctor Who.
Yeah, she's been in a few things.
Yeah,
Range
she's a
of
great
acting.
actress. She's great in Afterlife.
Yeah, she's really good, I think.
Yeah.
Tom, what's your favorite Eccleston episode?
Well, it's a toss-up between Dalek and Father's Day. Because
Oh, Father's Day.
Yeah.
That was such a good episode. Oh my
yeah,
God.
Kathryn, I mentioned that you I heard you mention that you like Father's
Yeah,
Day as well,
it's
don't
my
you?
favorite as well, alongside
Yeah.
the two-parter.
Yeah.
You've got 3 favorite episodes.
I was tied up with that one as well. It was out with that and Dalek as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, with Father's Day, it sort of brings about it sort of highlights more of the consequences of time travel and how and what happens if you're not careful with it. And if you get too involved, too emotional with the family side, especially if you had someone who's recently passed away.
We got like some companion backstory for Rose as well, which
Yeah,
is
exactly.
amazing. Yep, we all love to see that.
Mm. Yeah,
What's your least
exactly.
favorite episode then, out of the Eccleston era?
Yeah, I'd have to go for the long game because it just I feel like it I don't know, there was just something about it that just didn't like work for me. I mean the setup definitely paid off in the two-part finale because it also showed the consequences of the Doctor's actions in the long game, but I don't know, it just didn't work. I'm not sure. Plus Adam was annoying to watch.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. He is like apparently he is the archetype of bad time traveler, kind of.
Mm,
Like people who are not
yeah,
suited for the TARDIS, kind of.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
as the Doctor always says, he picks the best.
I just laughed that last scene when the Doctor was keep he was keep doing that to him right at the end.
And Rose is
Yeah,
like,
it's
all right,
funny.
stop it. And then she does it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
Queen.
just
yeah. And I forgot. I think Simon Pegg's in it, isn't
yeah, he
Oh, yeah, it
is.
is.
Yeah, that's
Connor, what's your favorite Eccleston episode?
For his Dalek,
Dalek.
it's just fantastic. It made the Daleks scary again. Well, probably at their scariest at the time anyway. Because during the classic Here in the Wilderness years, they were treated as a joke,
They
and
were
this just
pepper pots.
redefines them in a way.
yeah.
Pepper
Great, and
pots with a plunger.
yeah, definitely, definitely, and I'd recommend a novelization, which is written by Robert Sherman. It's really good, and it
Mm.
just delves more into the characters. Got some really good stuff in there.
Maybe it's time we do some reading, eh?
I've read tons of the Doctor Who books. They're really good.
What's your least
Yeah.
favorite Eccleston episode?
Long Game again for all the reasons everyone else has given. I don't like Adam. I don't like the actor. I think they wasted Simon Pegg. He's a brilliant actor, and he's just wasted in this episode. I just think it's
Yeah.
boring compared to the other episodes we've got.
So we all agree that Long Game is probably the worst episode.
Hang on, Matt. You've got to choose yours.
Yes.
What's your favourite one?
Ah, that's tough. No, because the thing is, now that I think of it, Eccleston has so many memorable episodes. I can't even pick one.
You got 10 seconds, go.
No, don't do this to me.
What is the long game your favourite? Is
9,
it?
8.
Okay. If I have to pick one, it'll have to be The End of the World. It has to be The End of the World for
Oh.
me.
What is your
It has to
favourite?
be. Yeah, like The End of the World, it has to be my favorite
Oh.
because obviously it's nice to see, Rose's first trip through time, and obviously the concept of the end of the world, Lady Cassandra, and the Britney Spears reference, amazing. And the bit where they arrive back on Earth, and then the Doctor kind of lore drops a bit
Yeah,
about who he is. That was like, mm.
I love that bit. Should we get
That
chips?
episode. I feel like it's like probably my comfort episode if I have to pick in the Eccleston era, not the whole series.
Yeah,
But if I have to pick the best one, it have to be The End of the World.
yeah. Okay.
Least favorite, I wouldn't say Long Game is my least favorite. It's the least memorable.
Yeah.
Uh, least favorite. It's tied between. Um, Okay, never mind. It has to be the long thing. It's it's not that
Okay.
memorable. So
Yeah.
Okay. Right, right. Let's do it a bit different now. Let's all say the most underrated episode in our own opinions. That so
Wolverine.
it still might be one we've already picked, but what do we all think about that? So let's I don't know who wants to
Overrated
start.
episode. That's
Yeah,
tough.
underrated first, and then we can do overrated.
Underrated.
Underrated. We'll do underrated, and then we'll do overrated.
Well, Mason, since you suggested it, you may go first.
Right. Underrated. I could just say that on game, but I'm not. Um, you know what? I'm gonna go for I'm gonna go for Boom.
Oh, Boomtown, I
Yeah,
think it is.
Boomtown,
Boomtown, yeah.
Boomtown.
Boomtown's good, actually.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like, wow, now that I think of it, like all the Eccleston episodes are really good. Like, even the characters were good as well. Like Annette Badland in that episode, like, wow, she showed us she can do emotional. Like,
yeah.
I feel like some of the villains in Doctor Who are not entirely like one-dimensional characters, I guess. They like all have a bit of depth in them.
You were good. You were really good.
Oh, not to mention, like I think one of my favorite lines from the whole Eccleston era is in that episode where Annette Badland goes like, "The whole city can sing it at a time we would notice." Oh, that sounds like a Welshman. Dear me, I've gone native.
That's
That
brilliant.
was my favorite line out of the whole series. I was like,
Mm.
"Yep, welcome to Earth, welcome to Wales."
Ah,
That's it, yeah.
Yeah,
So
teleportation scene's quite funny as well.
Oh
That's a
yes,
good bit,
yeah,
yeah.
I forgot about that scene. That scene was
yeah,
amazing.
that was brilliant with his Sonic.
Just zoop,
Yeah.
zoop.
yeah.
I had someone a while ago on the podcast that is actually, you know, the guy in Boomtown who is the person who's saying that Annette this can't take like has to rebook an appointment. Is saying to the Ninth Doctor, that guy.
Oh, the receptionist.
Yeah, the receptionist.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
someone on that, and they were like, "Well, the guy who's the receptionist is actually my teacher. Like
Really?
Excuse me?
What?
he's a lecturer. The guy
Excuse me?
who's the receptionist is a real life lecturer." And he was like, "Oh, you said Doctor Who?" I was like, "Yeah. I had a cracking time."
How did you wait,
Oh,
what?
nice.
Give us more context, please. What did you just say? What did you say?
Right.
He's your lecturer.
Not my lecturer personally. Someone else who came on to lecturer.
Oh. Oh.
If it was my
Well,
lecturer, I'd
Yeah.
get him
oh.
on.
All right. False alarm, but also not false alarm.
Right. Who wants to go next?
Kathryn.
Oh, okay. Oh, underrated, I think, would be The Unquiet Dead. I've got a bit of a soft spot for Mark Gatiss's episodes. I mean, they're not always the greatest, but I think he does well, like character work wise, like how he writes them. They're very human.
No one mentioned The Unquiet Dead, actually. I mean, I wanted to mention it, but I was waiting for someone to mention it. Thanks, Kathryn.
Yeah, like when I watch series one, that's one of the ones I go straight for sometimes.
Yeah.
Like not like the character of the Ninth Doctor just seems very human in that episode. He seems having a good time as well.
He was. Especially the bit where he was talking to Dickens in the carriage, you know?
Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens.
He's a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I think they also they build up some lore for Gwen Cooper as well because
Yes,
Eve Miles is in that
that's
episode. Yeah.
Mm.
the darkness, the big bad.
Yes. Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
No, that actually has now that I think of it, that episode is giving spooky wookie vibes, if you
Yeah,
know what
he
I mean.
sets stuff up, and it's like
Yeah.
it's nice. It's fun to watch back.
I set Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
It
it's
sets
snowing.
up the rift as well, which is a big part of Torchwood.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's still a bit sad though, like,
Oh, yeah.
because,
Oh,
you know, Eve Miles gets blown up and then Charles Dickens dies, like, apparently next year. Jesus.
That's
Poor
crazy.
man.
yeah.
Wow, like, I've been waiting for someone to mention The Unquiet Dead because I think that was a good episode as well.
Got a bit of a soft spot for it.
Yeah. Thanks, Kathryn.
You're welcome.
What about Tom? What's your underrated episode?
Ah, I personally would say Boomtown as well.
Where you realize you've
And
gone native.
as a fellow Welshman, I'm already native,
Oh.
but yeah, yeah, but I'm from North Wales, not South Wales, like Cardiff. But yeah, there's just something about that episode. It was sort of the subtle setup to the two-part finale as well, when like they're just discovering like connections like for Bad Wolf, like yeah, the Blythe Drug project. Yeah, exactly.
If that's how you say it.
Yeah, Blythe Drug
Blythe
is
Drug,
Bad
okay.
Wolf. Yeah, and also it made Annette's character a bit more emotional, like you sort of felt sorry for her, like especially during the diner scene as well, when they're talking about how she's trying to change. You kind of feel sorry for her, but then later, like when she's like revealed her true intentions, a bit tardy, like. For...
Well, she turned back into an egg, though, didn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah, she did. She did in
that
the
was...
end. So
Oh, not to mention in the diner scene,
yeah,
because like she tried to
it was
kill the doctor, and the doctor just goes,
yeah, several times, and he's just not batting an eye.
There's a lot of hidden
But
comedic moments in that episode, though. Wow.
Yeah.
What about you, Connor? What's your underrated Chris Eccleston take?
I think it's the first Slovene two-parter, because I think the Slovenia like they're a bit made fun of because of course of the farting, and yeah, it's stupid, but they're also pretty terrifying. Yeah, like get crawling into people's skins, and yeah, their big claws and stuff, and they were used really well in the Sarah Jane Adventures.
Sarah
Yeah,
Jane's been mentioned. I'm off.
We've been waiting
Yeah,
for a Sarah Jane mention.
Oh, I love Sarah Jane Adventures. And it's my earliest memory of Doctor Who is watching that Slovene two-parter, so it's always had a special place in my heart.
Mason, you should do like a Sarah Jane Adventures podcast and get Kathryn.
It would just be me. It'd just be a one-woman show.
No, get Sylvia as well.
Oh,
Cause,
yeah, get Sylvia as well. Me and Sylvia in cosplay again.
Or just anyone who has seen Sarah Jane Adventures. I still haven't seen.
I'd love to do on a podcast. I love Sarah Jane Adventures. It's amazing.
It's been a long time since I've seen the Sarah Jane Adventures. I
I'm
might have to
slightly
rewatch
obsessed
them
with the
again,
show. Slightly obsessed.
You have the Sonic lipstick. What do you mean slightly obsessed? You're ready. You're ready. Oh my lord.
Yeah, when I went into Sarah Jane house.
So have I.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I've been
you
into
did.
Sarah Jane house. It's very good.
Yeah.
I would have loved to go to the Sarah Jane house one day, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. My underrated episode has to be the one episode that hasn't been mentioned, the two-parter in World War II, where they first met Captain Jack, which was, I'm trying to remember the name, The Empty Child and the Doctor Dances. I love that two-parter. I really love it.
I'd argue they're overrated.
Yeah, why would you say just curious?
No, I said
why
underrated.
Do you think
underrated. Did I say
just
overrated?
curious. why do you think that they're underrated? They're certainly the most popular.
They're up there with
Oh.
Dalek.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying
Yeah,
it because no one
definitely.
mentioned it so far. So,
Oh, oh, fair enough.
but they're not exactly my favorite. They're probably like second or third place, like because the
Mm.
top is the end of the world. Um, obviously, I love that. I love that episode. Obviously, the whole transformation sequence of into the gas mask, and the infamous phrase of "Are you my mummy?"
That is spooky.
Captain
Oh
Jack,
man.
obviously, scene stealer. Um,
Excellent bottom.
d- yeah, not now, Captain. Um, what else? What else? There's one more thing I want to talk about. Oh yeah, I think it was because as someone who watched that episode for the very first time and have been an avid history fan, I think that episode really captured the terror of what the British felt when the Germans are bombing them. And you know the scene where Nancy was talking to Rose about the future would be like, and all I saw in her was that she's feeling hopeless, that there'll be no future. And I was like, wow. Like they really did felt like that, didn't they? Because I know it's based on like true history. So I was like, that was how the people felt. And I was like, wow, this show's amazing.
Yeah.
Because the fact that she thinks that Rose might be German, I was like, you're really feeling hopeless, aren't you? And I feel bad. I feel really bad.
Yeah, because during that time, people were feeling hopeless. They were feeling scared and paranoid. Like anybody could have been a German spy at the time.
And yeah, and WHO managed to capture that essence and also the history bit. It was
Mm.
mwah. Oh, and let's not forget when Chris was interacting with the kids because that was like really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like
like that bit.
if you're someone who plays a doctor, you're just good with the kids, I guess.
Oh yeah,
You're just good
100%.
with the kids. The kids just love you.
Yeah.
Even
It was
Chris.
always It was also great to see how Stephen Moffat uh
Oh yeah, Moffat wrote that episode, didn't he?
started out
Yeah,
um
yeah.
in the new Doctor Who series. He would always like solidify himself as the horror master of that series during Russell T Davis's run.
Yeah, early on he did some really good episodes, Stephen Moffat.
Hmm.
Don't
Like,
blink, obviously.
yeah, you got that.
Exactly, yeah,
Classic.
yeah.
A few Matt Smith and Capaldi episodes, and most recently, Boom,
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. He's
which was what Mason mistook for.
Yeah, I always get confused between them.
Because that episode was actually really good, that Mason confused it for Boomtown.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's go for overrated now.
That's
Um,
tough. That's going to be tough.
I'm gonna go for I'll start. I'll go for Rose.
Has
Yeah.
anyone else thought of Rose? Apart from Mason?
I think that is,
I
to be
mean,
honest.
No. I feel like I did. Low-key, I feel like Rose is a bit overrated. But then again, I don't mind it. Why do you think Rose is overrated, Mason?
Because everyone goes on about it. I know there's a reason because it is the first episode of the revival, but I don't know. It's quite popular, and it depends what you like, but it's all. I just feel like it's talked about quite a lot when you speak about Christopher Eccleston's theories. Like to start it off, I could have said others, but I just thought other people could have said them. So I wanted to go a bit different.
Fair enough. Kathryn, what about you? Overrated episode.
I'm not completely sure. I was just thinking, there's no episodes in that series that I hate. Um,
The long game.
no, I quite like the political side of it, to be honest. Um, I say probably overrated would be Dalek, just because it's the episode everyone would watch. I mean, I love the episode. I've done cosplay videos of it. I watch it every time I can, but it's just a bit. It's a Dalek, okay.
A Dalek that can fly up the stairs.
Yeah, well, there's multiple Dalek episodes in New and Classic Who. What's really different about this one? I mean, I know it's the revival. It's the first time you ever see a Dalek in New Who, but
They're
Yeah.
not
it's a
the,
Dalek.
they're not the Pepper Potts that we used to see.
No,
with
that is
the
they
blonde
definitely
hair.
got upgraded, and it's a fantastic episode. It's just
And I
there are other
definitely-
Dalek episodes after that as well, which I find a little bit more scary.
Yeah, but I would counter that by saying it shows how much damage one Dalek
Oh
can
yeah,
do. Even just one could decimate an entire military base.
definitely.
I will say, because like a lot of people are recently reacting to Doctor Who, like watching it for the first time, not just my friends, like, but on YouTube. So apparently that episode was so good, it made people actually go for Team Dalek.
Yeah.
Look, like genuinely,
Really?
some of the people who reacted to that episode, they were like, I feel bad for this Dalek.
Oh,
And I was like, really?
Oh, okay.
Wow.
But
Wait till you
but
see what they
probably haven't
did
got.
in the
Yeah, they
time.
haven't got the context for like what the Daleks are
Wait
actually
till
like.
you
Hmm.
see what they did in the Time War.
Mm.
Wait till you met Sarah Jane Smith, who literally
whoa!
Davros. You know? You know? Just saying. Just saying. Just saying.
The love of my life.
Yes. Tom, what's your overrated episode?
I would actually go for the Slytherin two-parter. I know people are going to come at me, but to be honest,
I'm going to throw hands after we finish this meeting.
all right, fair enough.
Is it because of the farting?
if
Because
you
if
could-
it is,
if you
it's
could-
valid.
I think yeah, it was more of the sort of there was too much like comedy for it to be taken seriously. I mean, I understand that Doctor Who is, for all intents and purposes, a family show, so it's got to appeal to like kids as well as adults. But I felt like the farting aliens, it just you know what I mean.
I mean, it does
Farting
later on
alien.
get improved on the farting.
Well,
You
well,
see the one
yes,
you do.
yes. Well, yes, that is true. But yeah, I would say that's an overrated episode for me.
It's not bad though. You gotta admit.
I mean, yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it did reintroduce Unit.
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they?
Which is good. Yeah, they did.
And then killed them off. Well, at least some of them.
Yes, some of them.
Unit soldiers are disposable.
Oh man, it's not like back in the old days when you had such staples as Captain Yates and
Oh, I should have asked
Sergeant
because
Benton.
I have met Gemma Redgrave and Megacon. I should have asked her, are your soldiers disposable?
Oh no.
I should have asked Madam Kate, are your soldiers disposable? Because you seem to have lost a lot of men throughout the series.
Are they paid?
Yep. Are they paid? Do they at least, have
Do we at least get
compensation?
hazard pay?
Yeah. Well, Connor, what's your overrated episode take?
I think I'm gonna go with Rose, only because I think if that episode was released now, people would go like, "Oh, it's okay," for like a pilot. I think it's a safe bet with the real because they're obviously reintroducing the classic Autons and stuff. But I just think the tone's a bit all over the place because they got the
Yeah.
bit with Eccleston with the turn of the world, then you've got the plastic Mickey and the bad CGI Willy bin.
Oh my god.
So I just think like that
Oh,
was
that
back in
just unlocks a core
2005 where that was
memory.
acceptable for a pilot.
2000 visual effects.
Yeah,
That's true.
I just
Right.
think looking back now, it's definitely showing its age.
Oh, and let's not forget the part where the bin goes bleh.
Oh yeah, that too.
Oh man.
It just reminds me. I don't know if you ever guys you've seen these bins that make sounds and like it goes to different cities and stuff. And once I saw the bin mate Doctor Who theme tune, or he was actually doing Dalek noises, doing like exterminate, and like this bin just goes round and it'll squirt water at you, like if you're near
Really?
it. Yeah. I
My
mean,
friend who was watching Rose, like he saw the bit where the trash bin went burp, and then he just looked at me like, "This is the show you love," and I was like, "Yeah."
yeah, it's just
Yeah, it's
yeah.
it's
He
it's
just
kind of a
looked at me
difficult.
like,
It's
"This is the show that you want me to watch. This is the show that you talk about all the time," and I'm like, "Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah,
kind of a
that's the
difficult
one."
one to have to introduce people to because you have the bad CGI, the burping bin, and the plastic Mickey, and I had my fiance. I introduced her to Doctor Who back when we were dating, and
Yay!
and 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 when that scene happened, she turned to me and she was just there like, "What do you see in this show?" And I was just there like,
That's
"It
exactly how
gets
my friend
better.
reacted.
It gets better. Trust me."
Is it just that
Just
common that when we introduce someone to Rose and then the burping bin comes up and then they just go, "Really?"
yeah.
yeah, I think so.
I
No,
think
but that's an interesting take from my friend because they didn't think Chris looked or had the Doctor vibes, and then after that he was like, "Yep, he's a Doctor."
I mean, we're fans of the classic show. They're used to the Doctor having a more distinctive look, whereas now you have a Doctor with a buzz cut and a leather jacket. They're like they're probably thinking, oh, what's going on here? The Doctor just looks like a regular human being now. But then after you realize what he's
Regular
been
human.
through, yeah, then you realize what he's been through with the Time War, and suddenly that just makes sense. He's been
yeah.
through hell, basically.
Wait,
Been
does
through
this
hell
look
and
like
back.
a
Yeah,
regular human outfit? No, it does not. It does not. It
Maybe not in this century.
certainly doesn't.
If you're
I
going out
mean,
a
if you,
night out, you might be all right.
yeah.
yeah, it. I mean, it looks like I can kick ass in this outfit. I actually look like I can, kick ass.
Yeah. I mean, what Connor was saying about um not being acceptable now, I agree because I don't think like now it'll be probably classed as like an all right episode. And at times in Rose, if you watch it a lot, it just gets bored. Like the time where you're waiting. So say you're waiting for the doctor to come, and you see him, and then it's all about the companion, which it normally is about, but you're just waiting for Rose and the Doctor just to meet, and then now that ending right at the end would be rubbish. Now that's an awful ending of that episode because it's terrible, isn't it? Like you've got Rose saying, I'm going to ditch you, Mickey. You've been my boyfriend for God knows how long. I'm going to ditch you. I love you, bye." And that's how it ends. And
I
now that's
mean,
terrible, isn't it?
if you have to pick between boyfriend or partner or girlfriend and a machine that can go through time and space and you can just come back at any point in time, or
I
you
would
can
take them.
you can bring them along with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take
Just
yeah.
saying.
Yeah, you wouldn't just ditch them.
You don't have to ditch them. You can just go like, "Come with
Yeah.
me."
Rose did
Or
though.
just go like,
She'd be
"You're
like,
coming with
Yeah,
me.
the
but
Come
doctor
on,
did say he
come on."
wasn't invited though, didn't he?
yeah, and Mickey was like, "No, I don't want to be involved with this alien, like this
No, Rose
thing."
Rose just happened to have a bad boyfriend, all right? Come on,
yeah,
come on.
he was. But if it was me, if I was Rose, I wouldn't care what. I've just met this doctor person, right? 5 minutes, and he's telling me, I'll be like, "What's your agenda on him? Why don't you like him?" And then what would have been funny, this would never happen, if the Rose just shoved him in the TARDIS, and then Doctor and Mickey having this argument, so get out my TARDIS.
Get out of my TARDIS.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like it's just a Time Lord charm, you know?
Well,
Because
my family's been briefed if a phone box ever appeared outside my house, I'd be ditching them. So they've been prepped.
they've just accepted that.
Yeah,
It's
pretty much.
as Clara Oswald said, the Doctor just crooks their finger and people just jump in
Yeah.
the snog box and fly away.
I'll give it a go.
So-
Same, I would. No,
So-
I'll just
Yeah,
say,
same.
let me get my coat, and then spend like 15 minutes trying to pick an outfit, and then just like, all right, I'm ready,
Yeah.
let's go.
So, Matt, what is your overrated episode?
You're putting me on the spot, aren't you?
Long game?
There isn't any, honestly. I don't think there is any. Because I love all of the Eccleston episodes. I think they're all amazing. Now that I think of it.
Say Dalek.
No, because dark.
Okay.
It is a good episode.
Say Rose
yeah.
then. Say
I
Rose.
don't
Say
hate
Rose.
it.
Say Rose. You've just been talking about Rose. Is Rose it?
But I like Rose.
Yeah, but
I
an
like Rose.
wait, an overrated doesn't mean you hate it. It just means it's talked about a lot. Let's say.
Then
Is it-
Dalek is
Yeah, like it's sort of been over talked about it, and
It
it
has
doesn't
to
quite
be
live up to the
Dalek.
hype anymore.
Because the
Yeah.
fact that it could make first-time reactors sympathize with a Dalek, I was like, my whole face just went, really? Okay. Wait till you see the Time War, then you're gonna have second thoughts.
Yeah.
I would like to
wait till you see what they're
mention maybe
capable of in the finale.
the novelization of Rose was better, I guess,
I enjoyed
because
that.
That is really good.
I've read it, and apparently, you know the bit where Rose meets Clive.
He's going through all the photos of the Doctor.
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
in the novel, it's all of them, all 15 of
Yeah.
them,
Clive is
including Cutie.
just-
And I
Clive.
think I like it. It's a very nice touch.
Man, I forgot about Clive till you just mentioned it.
What a legend.
Oh, I
Oh.
miss that man.
Gone
He's
too
actually, I
soon.
think he's in Big Finish. Like,
He is. It's
There's
an
like a-
alternate.
Wait,
he's
really?
from
Is
like
it?
an ultimate
No way.
alternate dimension or
Days in
something.
Rose. She's somewhere.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Dad, it's another one of your nutters.
Hmm.
And then Clive just goes in, and he's like,
I'm in the
"Hi,
shed.
I made the website. I'm in the shed. Let's go."
It's interesting.
My boyfriend's in the car just in case you try to kill me.
Speaking of that website, does anyone remember when that website was live, when Doctor Who was first announced? Because
Oh my lord.
the
And I've
BBC
seen it
was always
recently.
like, yeah, the BBC was always like, at the time they were always obsessed with creating like, I suppose now you could call it like an augmented reality thing. I don't know what it's called, where they try to integrate it into the real world, and that website was actually like a thing for people.
I remember Sarah
to
Jane's
access
comment in
it.
it.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
Sarah Jane's comment. What do you mean?
Yeah, she's looking for the Doctor. And it's signed off as Sarah Jane
Oh.
Smith. And I'm like, yes,
Hmm.
my girl.
Okay,
Nice, I'll
theory
need to
time.
check that
How
out.
do you think the Ninth Doctor and Sarah Jane would interact?
I think they'd have
Sarah
beef.
Jane would be in the Dalek.
Oh dear.
That'd
Wait,
be
what do
nice,
you mean by
though.
that?
No,
Hannah, what do you mean?
I don't know. Like, you know, when they're opening the Dalek, Sarah Jane could just be like, it's a prank. And I'm just going to come out the Dalek and say, hello, Doctor.
And then Chris is gonna go like,
Yeah.
just punch Sarah Jane and knock her out. I'm sorry, Kathryn. I feel like that's the one rational thing that the Ninth Doctor would do if
that's
Sarah
my
Jane
girl.
ever jumps out of a Dalek and pranks him.
That's my girl.
Yeah, but she's gonna get a punch to the face, you know?
I'll take it for her. It's okay. I'll be the body shield. I come off screen like, no. I'll time travel for it. I'll find a way.
You can get punched for all eternity because of your time machine.
Yeah.
I think if they were to meet, it'd be really interesting. Because from going from the personality of the Fourth Doctor to now the Ninth Doctor would be very, very drastic. And I think they should have some really interesting stuff to explore with that.
I think it'd be quite a complex relationship.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I think something like 12 and Clara, that sort of vibe.
12 and Clara. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
interesting.
I mean, yeah, I can kind of see that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Mm,
So Jane has been.
but I feel like Sarah Jane would approve of this. Because I think she has.
Similar.
It has many leather jackets, so yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She'll be like, okay, doctor, stop.
That would be
Or
interesting.
maybe she met the Ninth Doctor at one point and then she said leather jackets are cool and then she just bought thousands of them.
Yeah.
I feel like she would do that. I feel like Sarah Jane would do that.
Hmm.
Yeah. So other than Sarah Jane and Rose, do you think the Doctor could travel with any other of the companions?
I think Ninth
Ninth
Doctor
Doctor?
wise, no.
No.
Nah. It's as Chris said, Rose is the only one.
Yeah.
I think maybe like a one-off adventure
Oh
with
yeah.
like a classic companion or something.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
the companion. Now that's interesting. Hmm.
I think him and Ace would have like a lot of banter because she
Or
was sort
more
of like that street smart
or more blowy uppy
like
stuff.
kid. Yeah, exactly.
Always a the Dalek.
Both rocking those leather jackets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, actually, has any of you met Sophie Aldred?
I have.
Yes.
Anyone
I
here?
I have, yeah, I met her once. She's really nice.
I met her in
Oh
MegaCon
man.
recently. Oh my lord. Like, oh. I think it was like I don't know. I just got to ask her, like, did you actually do your own stunts? You know, when she beats up the Dalek with a bat, and then when she literally bazookas a Dalek, and where she's a slingshotting Cyberman, I was like, did you do your own stunts? And she said yes, and I was like, slay,
Of
you are
course she did.
slay.
It's Sophie Aldred.
She is like wow,
Yeah.
but I feel like she would definitely blow up a lot more stuff with the Ninth Doctor. Like when she goes like,
Oh yeah.
Professor, can I use this? And the Doctor just goes, yeah, go for it.
Yeah. That'd be brilliant, that would.
Aye.
Yeah.
I will agree that like unpopular opinion, but Series 1 Rose is better than Series 2 Rose.
Yes.
And
Bryn, Tom, Connor, do you guys agree?
Yes, I would yeah, I would say that. Well,
Um, yeah, I guess so. Because by series two, she's like more whiny and needy and only really thinking about the Doctor and not her family.
I would say yes and no. I mean, in the first series, she's really um headstrong and sort of argumentative. But in the second series, she's a lot more like clear-headed. She comes up with her own ideas as well. Like you can tell she's a seasoned traveler as well. Whereas she wasn't much like that in the first series.
Yeah. I didn't like because towards the end that almost like they were like Rose was in love with the 10th Doctor, and series one there was nothing like that. It was more like a father figure, a bit like I
Yeah.
guess a bit like 12th Doctor and Clara in a sense. But yeah.
It's David Tennant, so I don't blame her. Just saying.
Yeah, I understand that, but I just feel series two is just not as good as series one in general.
I would also say like in the romance aspect because you I mean you're falling in love with first of all an alien who is at this point about 900 years old who would probably outlive you. So then what's the prospect that I mean to be fair she got her own happy ending with the Meta Crisis Doctor in her own universe. But yeah, at the same time I think time and time again it's shown that falling in love with the Doctor can be extremely dangerous and is guaranteed for failure.
Yeah,
Actually, now that I think of it, hang on. If Rose is the one companion that made the Doctor go all self-destructive, then what about the other guys back in, back in the day? I mean, surely the Doctor had sparks with Sarah Jane Smith and also Charlie Pollard and Fitz. Just saying.
Yeah, but the other two
What
are
about them?
I don't think there was any. There isn't any romance in the classic series.
There's no hanky-panky
No.
on the TARDIS.
Yeah.
True, but what about Sarah
I-
Jane? What about Charlie? What about Fitz? What about these three? I mean, surely these three had an impact on the Doctor. I mean,
Okay.
surely.
I think with Sarah Jane Smith, they were more like BFFs. I think they were like very
Yeah.
very fun together. They sort of like crack jokes with each other as well. With Charlie, I don't know. It's interesting because the Doctor that she was with, he was a particularly more of a romantic like
It's
figure.
still the same guy, just saying.
It's Paul
Yeah.
McGann. I wouldn't blame her.
It was Paul
Yeah,
McCann, yeah,
true.
exactly.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. And Fitz, honestly, I don't know much about Fitz. I didn't read up on her,
Probably,
but
probably it's like a better written 13 and Yaz story. It's like 1,000 times
right.
better written, I guess. Because so Fitz was this guy from the 60s, and he and the Doctor, like, at first they were a bit like Nine and Rose, but then it gradually became a bit more romantic, I guess. Like, I think at one point they had like dreams about each other, and it was pretty romantic.
What Doctor are they companion to? I've never actually heard of this person.
Fitz was the Eighth Doctor's companion, Paul McGann.
Oh, okay.
They're in books and in audio, I think.
Okay, cool.
He was
Check
in
some
like
of
a
them out.
few audio stories, but he's mainly in the books.
Yeah.
So, like, if Rose made that much of an impact, what about, Sarah Jane, Charlie, and Fitz,
Sarah Jane's her own separate category. Like,
Here's the thing, though. Remember the school reunion episode with David
no,
Tennant?
I know her episodes. I know.
It's for the viewers, like, in case they forgot.
More implied. It's up for it can be up for
So
interpretation.
the people who first watched Doctor Who recently, like the reactions, all like a lot of comments they said was, "Were they in love?" Oh, and I was like, honestly, they look like they were in love. So, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like
I mean,
maybe
Kathryn, can you attest to that?
I think my opinion's slightly biased.
What's your opinion?
I think Four and Sarah definitely had something more than BFFs. I can't say if it's romantic or anything, but there's something more. And there's something definitely between her and Ten, I feel personally. Like that he came
It's
to
all
her
thanks
wedding
to
to
this
save
guy.
her.
It's all thanks to this man with the colourful scarf.
But I think it can be left up to interpretation for the rest of them.
I'd like to
Yeah.
think that the Doctor and Sarah Jane were, at some point, I think.
And the
I
Doctor's like
think
Luke's dad or something, in role wise or something. I don't know.
yeah. I think personally, I think that that Sarah Jane did start to get feelings, but maybe the Doctor was pretty oblivious to that because, well, he's the Doctor. And I think in school reunion you did get like a feel for her hurt towards being abandoned, being left behind by him. Because like Rose, she thought that they were going to continue traveling forever.
Some things are worth getting heartbroken for.
Yeah.
Kathryn, stop. You're just triggering. You're going to trigger the whole fandom now. Like, we're going to need to bring tissues sometime because we're going to cry about Sarah Jane Smith.
I do that most days. What are you on about? every other
You
day.
can't do that. You can't just give us, you can't just make us, say bye to Sarah Jane again. I mean, come on.
Well, I'm never going to make someone do that. So
Hmm. You know what? Maybe at some point, I'm gonna like try watching Sarah Jane Adventures.
yeah, you
Have you
come
not,
around my house and I'll make you watch them like I do to everybody else.
have you not watched them, Matt?
No, I haven't. I haven't
What?
No,
seen
he's
much
been
of it.
saying this. He's
You
going to be
haven't
saying he's
watched
been
them?
watching it for ages, and he never
Seen
has.
clips of it, but not the whole thing. I know who the
It's
actors
it's
are,
great.
I can't
but I
believe
haven't
I
seen too
can't
much.
believe you have watched it.
I haven't properly watched it. I know a lot of legends are in it though. Like
Yeah,
Mm.
like Clyde.
like obviously, the main cast are amazing, Angelimo, Hindra, and who is the guy that played Clyde again? Hang on.
Daniel Anthony.
Yes. Samantha Morton's in it from The Walking Dead. And Trickster, he's a legend.
Samantha
Tennant
Morton in it.
and Matt Smith and Joe Grant, another legend.
Oh yeah.
Who does Samantha Morton play again?
She's Alpha from The Walking Dead.
I know, but who is she in Sarah Jane Adventures?
She's Miss something. I forgot.
Miss Myers?
Hang on, I'm gonna Google
Miss
it.
Wormwood?
She looks familiar.
Yes. Miss Wormwood. I think that was her.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. Oh
Oh,
yes.
she's
I
Mrs.
remember that.
Wormwood. Oh wow.
Oh my gosh. Because like she plays, I think she's like, wait, hang on, Kathryn. How scary was Miss Wormwood?
I wouldn't say she was scary, but she's intimidating. I wouldn't want to see her as her Bane squidgy thing.
Samantha
Yeah.
Morton. Oh, and she's
I thought
Mary
it was
Lou
Samantha
from
Bond.
Fantastic Beasts. If anyone has seen Fantastic Beasts, like she was in it as well. Very intimidating.
Hmm. Yeah, you
No, I
got
think I think I saw her recently in Outnumbered. She's a regular in that, I think.
Yeah, I think you mean Samantha Bond.
Yeah, I was going, oh, Samantha Bond. Yeah, that's the one. Because
Yeah.
I'm looking at Samantha Morton's Wikipedia and I don't see it on her filmography.
Yeah, it's definitely Samantha Bond.
yeah Alpha from the
Well,
Walking
Get
Dead.
what I just said. That's
Alpha.
100% embarrassment now.
So you
Matt
got
was
Bradley
never seen
Walsh.
again.
You got Bradley Walsh who was in Sarah Jane.
Everyone. I haven't had enough sleep, so I've just been talking nonsense.
Matt, after this call, was never seen again.
Matt, I stopped watching Doctor Who. Right.
I need coffee.
Right,
Oh
to
my
make
God.
things an ending fun, right? We're all gonna. It's gonna be really fun. So we're all gonna pick our favourite Doctor, or the Doctor that means the most to us, even though most of them do anyway, probably. So we're gonna pick each our favourite Doctor, and each our favourite companion.
Oh dear.
So
Love that.
yeah, it's fine. We pick the same, but we all might pick something different. So it'd be really cool. So I'm not gonna start this time. I'm going to start with Matt.
Me?
Yeah,
Nasty boy.
First of all, just pick your favourite Doctor, then we'll do companions after. So we'll start with favourite Doctor.
Peter Capaldi. It has to be the man Capaldi himself. He is forever going to be my Doctor. I'm sorry, Tennant. I'm sorry, Matt Smith. But Capaldi has my heart. I'm sorry.
So the 12th Doctor.
Yes. The old Scottish man with big eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
And a very amazing coat.
Yeah.
And a very beautiful screwdriver.
Yeah, it's a very nice screwdriver.
I know, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't used an awful lot, really, was it?
I mean, at least it was for a whole series.
Yeah.
It's character development, Mason.
He had his glasses as well, didn't he?
Because, no, he had Matt Smith's Sonic, and then he had the Sonic shades, and then he had his own screwdriver.
Yeah.
Like he was trying to be Matt Smith, and then he was trying to be hip, and then he's truly himself in series 10.
The story behind the shades is quite nice actually. Peter Capaldi wanted it to be something like basic, like a pair of sunglasses or something, so that any kid could pretend to be the Doctor
Oh
if
yeah.
they couldn't afford like a sonic screwdriver or something.
Nice.
The
That's quite
same
nice.
goes for his costume as well, because like he wanted cosplayers to cosplay it without using too much budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He cares. See, that's why he's my favorite. He cares. He cares for the fans.
Yeah, he like because I think the reason he stopped doing Comic Cons because he didn't like that people would have to pay to see him, and
Oh, actually valid.
and he had and once I think he was like he took his time and people organised to tell him to hurry up. And he said, oh, "They spent their money to see me. I want to take my time." So he don't like doing that
Yeah.
now.
See, he's my favorite for a reason, guys. He's my favorite.
Yeah.
Kathryn, what about you? Who's your Doctor?
Classic Who would be John Pertwee. And new Who, it's tied between David Tennant, Chris Eccleston, and Peter Capaldi.
Wow, all three of them.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd like to mention my favorite classic Who Doctor is Paul McGann.
Okay.
Nice.
We can all do classic and new things. It's fine.
Yee. I mean, John Pertwee, obviously, self-explanatory. The only Doctor who kicked ass.
And he's got a
None of them
fabulous
can
dress
do
sense.
that. Like, why? Why?
Oh,
Come on.
doing kung fu in a dinner jacket, it's iconic.
For realsies.
Or
Like, he
sorry,
also,
Venusian Aikido.
I know, he also like sword fight the master at one point, didn't he? Like in the Sea Devils, I think. Like, he
Yeah, he did.
picked up a sword and then he just went.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also a scene where like he punched the Sea Devil in the gut and then like chucks him to the floor, which I think is quite funny.
He did that to too many people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so Kathryn, is yours? What are yours again? The third Doctor. Who else?
Be 10, 9, and 12.
Modern doctors be like, we're pacifists, we don't use weapons. The third Doctor be like, sorry,
I'm really
mate, I
sorry.
can't hear you over Sontaran bones cracking. And he just like a Sontaran
Yeah.
arm.
He gets stuff done. Like,
He just went like, I don't know. He just grabs an arm and he goes like, just cracks
pretty
it.
much.
He could do that. Or he could just go like, instant like ninja chop. And then they go like, Tom, what about you? Who's your Doctor?
Oh, classic series. I'd have to go with Sylvester McCoy, the Seventh Doctor.
Ooh.
Yeah, he starts like a clown, but then he became like this really Machiavellian trickster who was always like 10 steps ahead of everyone else. And to be honest, like even in the Big Finish series, he was scary with how ruthless he was. And I think that makes an amazing Doctor, but also like villain sort of. You wouldn't think of the Doctor as the villain, but you know, the Seventh Doctor will come incredibly close to one.
Okay.
And for new series, yeah, I'd have to go for Peter Capaldi as well.
Wait, am I finding my people here? Am I finding fellow Capaldi fans? Let's go. Because like I have had people ask me who's your favorite Doctor, and the majority of people who went surprised when I told them it was Capaldi was a lot. Sylvester McCoy though, he's really funny. Has anyone? I think we've all probably seen him at Comic Cons at some point, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
met him. I was quite an awkward meeting actually.
What happened?
My dad like took me up to the front of the queue, not realizing there was a queue, So we got told by Sylvester McCoy to go back to to back, to the back of the queue. It was quite embarrassing. And my granddad was with me, and my granddad, he didn't really know who he was, so he's like, "Oh, what are they queuing up for?" And we were like, "Oh, they're paying 20 quid to see for Sylvester McCoy." My granddad didn't know who he was, so he went very loudly, 20 quid for him. And obviously, he turned his head and so did a few other people, and it was very awkward.
Oh, brilliant.
What the heck? Oh my God. Wait, why? Oh my God. Has your fam at least seen The Hobbit? He's in The Hobbit, just saying.
I have my family haven't.
What? Okay.
Like,
Wow.
I think it was last year I met him, but I've seen him a few times, Sylvester McCoy. And it was funny because I was wearing my toy maker costume, like a cosplay, the one he wears in the shop in the giggle.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Sophie Aldred is next to me as well because we were having a photo together. And it was really funny because Sylvester McCoy's like, who are you supposed to be? Who's that? Um, and I've got the balls as well. And he was like, why are you holding them? And then Sophie Aldred has to explain to Sylvester McCoy who I am and why I'm dressed up as him, like as the toy maker. So
Oh.
Sophie knows what's happening. He's not as much. So yeah, he's looking at me like, what am I doing?
Oh.
Oh, bless.
I think for me, it was when he photobombed me. So I was taking
Wait.
pictures with some friends, and then we were literally like, we were sort of like, so we were at the autograph booths, and I think we were like just a few steps away from him, and I was just talking with my friends and just taking a selfie with them. And Sylvester McCoy, he happened to be passing by. He literally jumped back in and photobombed us,
Oh,
and I was like, "Sir, did you just photobomb us?" And he said, "I don't know, did I?"
oh.
He's done that a few times. I was at another Comic Con where he was, and I was as the 14th Doctor, and there was loads of doctors dressed up, and we were all going to get a photo. And the guy went with the camera, but then he stopped taking the photo and looked at the camera and walked away. So I figured his camera was broken or something, so I just walked away. And then 10, 20 minutes passed, and someone says, "Oh, where were you for the photo?" I was like, "It didn't happen." He's like, "No, no, no, the guy fixed his camera, and Sylvester McCoy bombed the photo." So I missed out on that, which was quite annoying.
Oh
So,
no.
Hmm.
You need to get lucky with Sylvester McCoy. Oh my goodness.
so first off, you didn't exactly have the best first impression with Sylvester McCoy, and then the second time you weren't even there.
I don't know. Well, I think he's coming to a Comic Con near me next month. So third time's the charm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just
Um,
about to say.
bring a fedora because the very first time I met Sylvester McCoy, I was fanboying and everything, and we were talking about hats actually, and then he was like, "You should get a fedora," and I was like, "I will." I didn't. He's just like, "You better get one," and I was like, "Okay, I will. I promise." Oh, now that I think of it, I've met both Sylvester and Sophie. Yay! I know, amazing, isn't it?
yeah.
I just
Yeah,
need to meet
I've
Peter
still got
Davison,
some
and I haven't
freedom.
met the Doctor and Tegan because I met Janet Fielding as well. She was lovely. Oh my lord! Wait, Connor, we haven't heard from you. Like, who's your Doctor?
Oh yeah, so it's the classic Tom Baker. I mean, I just love that man. I just think Tom Baker's just such a lovely individual, and as a Doctor, he's amazing. He's wacky. He's been playing a role for 50 years. He's like 90 odd now, and he's still got it, which is incredible.
He's
And
still
then
got that
for
mischievous sparkle in his eyes.
oh, definitely, like
Mm.
he's incredible. Um,
True.
yeah, national treasure. As for
Mm.
New Who, it'd be 10 slash 14 because they're essentially the same Doctor.
David Tennant.
Yeah, he's again just amazing. It's one of the first times we see like a very human Doctor, and just got some really amazing stories in there. And even though Eccleston was the first Doctor I watched, David Tennant is the one that I have the most memories of, and that's the first regeneration I saw. So just a very good Doctor close to my heart.
Yeah.
Mm.
Tom Baker. Wow. I'm actually recently starting to appreciate Tom Baker. Not just because of him and his doctor and his episodes, his dress sense. I love his dress sense. I just love it. I don't know why.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
love his coat and I love how the scarf just matches. He just feels really doctory. And honestly, I would have loved to meet Tom Baker. Like, wow. Has
Yeah.
anyone had the honor of meeting Tom Baker here? No.
No,
No.
I think he still does like
Manifest, manifest, manifest.
cons or some sort of fan interactions occasionally.
Yeah.
Well,
I
then
think
I know
again,
he's
the
always
man
out and
does a lot of
about.
signings as well.
the man's
Yeah,
90. We should all just give him a break, maybe. I think.
Yeah.
Like recently, he's had two, I think, two of them. But what I find annoying because with those last two, you have to be put in a ballot, right? And you get picked. And for a lot of them, for those two, you'd have people who have met him or had photos with him maybe when he was younger. And I feel because he's getting older, maybe they should have gave that opportunity to people who ain't seen him. Because I think a lot of
yeah,
Oh,
I don't know for everyone, but a lot of them say I can't. This is like the fifth time I've seen it. Like they just should give an opportunity to people that who haven't done it before. But there you go.
manifesting. Let's just manifest. And Kathryn, like, if Tom Baker ever comes to like a con close to you, go with Sarah Jane.
Yes, sir.
You must you must. Oh, maybe bring the scarf if you have it as
I
well.
have I
Just
have got the scarf.
yeah, give him the scarf and be like, Doctor, here's your scarf,
Oh,
and he'll be like, Thank you, Sarah.
I don't. Oh.
Oh,
Thank you,
bless.
Sarah. You were most kind.
Della Jane Smith.
I have done like a Tom Baker impression for an audiobook, actually. Like it was like a Doctor Who zine. Is that what you call it?
Xenia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
fanzine.
So
Yeah, yeah.
I was auditioning for all the doctors, and then they picked me for Tom Baker, and I was like, "Are you sure?" Like I had to do a double take. I was like, "Me, Tom Baker? Are you serious?" I didn't even have the scarf because I had the scarf earlier. I didn't even have the scarf. I was like, "How do I channel Tom Baker?" And then I just spend the rest of the day just like watching Tom Baker clips and just studying his voice. And I was like, "Oh, that's how he does it."
Yeah.
I was like stressed. I was like, no, no, no. I have to make this as perfect as possible. Otherwise, all the fans are gonna get pissed at me.
Mm.
Like all the readers are gonna get really pissed at me. And at the end, I think I did a pretty good job. Maybe. I don't know. Hopefully. Should we start the companion section, by the way, Mason?
Do you want me to? Do you want to hear my doctors?
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh yeah. We forgot.
Um, my favourite classic Doctor is the Eighth Doctor.
Hmm.
As you should.
Yeah, and my favourite New Who Doctor is the 10th Doctor and the 11th Doctor.
Hmm.
I think it's kind of obvious because you always have the tenant suit on.
Yeah, I mean my actual 10th Doctor suit is kind of retired now, so I just if I did any 10th Doctor, I just do it by 14th costume.
How often do you wear this
Okay.
suit?
Which one?
Both of them. How often do you wear the tenant suits?
Occasionally, I might do something for children in need. No, not children in need. Red Nose Day. Um, because it's coming up, so I might do something for that to put it on. But
Reminder for everyone, when's Red Nose Day again?
sometime in March, so we're pretty close to when this releases, or pretty close to the anniversary, really.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
yeah, I already got my red nose.
We
Um,
all need to get our red noses ready, everyone.
you gave red
Hmm.
noses. But yeah, I like the Tenth Doctor purely because it's the only Doctor I've actually cried for when they've gone, like regenerated. I've never cried for any others. Um, I might have been sad for them, but not as impactful.
That's a bit rude for Matt Smith, isn't it?
Yeah,
Poor
yeah,
Capaldi.
yeah. I mean, yeah, Matt Smith, I really liked him. He's in my top. Um, I'm not as keen as Pete Capaldi as all you guys are, but I liked him towards the end. Not because he was leaving, but I just felt he was better towards the end.
See, that's weird for
Hmm.
me because like I liked Matt Smith during series 7, so
Yeah,
I like him as an actor, obviously. But like I feel like series 5 and 6, I mean 6 was all right. 5 was lacking a little bit, but 7 was surprisingly good. I don't know why. Series 7 was
Hmm.
surprisingly good.
it was good.
For me anyway.
It was good, but I didn't like when they split it.
Or maybe I just like Clara. Like I'm not really a big fan of Amy, but I really love Clara. I love Karen Gillan though. She's amazing.
All right then,
Yeah.
let's go into companions then, Matt. So who is your favourite one?
Does it need saying? Martha Jones. Has to be. Has to be her. Like, there is no hesitation. Martha Jones. Whenever someone asks me, I'll say Martha flippin' Jones.
Martha
No hesitation.
Jones.
So can we all agree that Martha is probably one of the best companions?
Yes, she is.
Yeah,
I would
yeah, I
say
think she's
she's.
great.
I would
Kathryn,
say
you can
she's
say
one of the
Sarah Jane.
most.
It's okay.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. You can say Sarah Jane. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine.
I didn't even mention her.
Yeah, but I know maybe at some point you're gonna say it's Sarah Jane, but you know what? It's fine. It's okay. Right. Well, what was like? Does everyone have a favorite Martha episode?
It's series 3 passer.
Yeah, series 3. Like,
Yeah, the final 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Okay.
for me, probably Family of Blood, two-parter,
As well.
because do you know the bit where she has the gun, and then
You
Harry
would
Lloyd
shout.
was taunting her, saying that you wouldn't shoot, and Martha was like, "I'm scared. Do you want to try?" And I was like,
What about Sound of Drums?
probably those episodes are like my second favorite Martha moments because it kind of shows that she is that girl,
True.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
She is that girl.
Yeah, very resilient. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. She saved the world.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Literally, she did.
She's
Like, wow.
underrated, isn't she, Martha?
A very underrated companion, in my opinion.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, has anyone had the absolute luck of meeting Freema Agyeman?
No.
Not yet, no.
I manifest that we get to meet her.
Have you met her,
Like,
Matt?
I've had friends who met her, and I was like really jelly because I would just fanboy in front of Freema and say, "Do you know you're the best? Because you are."
Yeah, I've heard she's really good. Like when people have met her.
I know she is. Ah. Classic Who wise, I'd say, um, honestly, Sarah Jane or Ace or Leela is one of these three.
Mm,
Yes, Kathryn, I said Sarah Jane because I genuinely like Sarah Jane. It's not because of you.
I didn't do anything.
I know, but no,
leave the
I'm
poor
just
girl
saying,
alone.
I'm just saying. But genuinely, I do like Sarah Jane. Like, I think she's a really good companion, very memorable, and I think my favorite scene was when Tom Baker bullied her out of the tunnel. That was a really funny scene.
Mm.
And um, has anyone seen Pyramids of Mars where she had the gun as she was
Yeah.
doing this?
Yeah.
I was like, is Sarah Jane holding a gun? Because that is badass. I was like, no, literally, my eyes just popped out. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And I think Leela is very like, I like Leela. I like the concept of Leela because, you know, she's not exactly human, but she is a little human. And I feel like I just like the duo of the Doctor and Leela. I feel like this is like one of the most unique duos I've ever seen in the whole series. And Ace, I mean, doesn't need saying.
Yeah, she's
Like,
brilliant.
and I've met Sophie Aldred, so like,
Yeah, she's really nice.
have you ever seen a companion who literally bazookaed a Dalek? No, only Ace. That's why that I already loved her from that. So
Mm.
She's great.
yeah. Kathryn, what about you?
Ad
Who's your
Adam.
no?
Adam's my favorite companion.
Well,
No.
Adam from the long game.
Yeah, sure.
No. Shut
Sure.
up. No, shut up. We don't not no.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Okay.
Just
Why,
write down
Kathryn?
Sarah Jane. Let's just get this
Possibly
over
Mickey as well. Yeah.
Right, Sarah Jane. Is anyone else other than Sarah Jane?
Sarah Jane
No,
and
Kathryn
Grant.
loves her the most. Let's be honest. You just love her the most, don't you?
It'll be Sarah Jane and Joe Grant.
Sarah Jane, Joe Grant.
Next
Good.
person.
Joe Grant is lovely. Or Katie Benning.
She's bonkers.
Has anyone met Katie Manning?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
I met her
I
as
had
dressed as Sarah.
yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting Katie Manning yesterday at not yesterday,
Yes.
last year.
Today.
No, yeah, they were BFFs. No, no, last year at the Big Finish Day. She is such a sweetheart and completely bonkers, but such a sweetheart.
Oh, we love that. We love bonkers because all the best people
Yeah.
are. I'm manifesting that I get to meet her. Manifesting.
Yeah, she just hugs everyone. She'll hug you.
Yeah.
I got a hug from Sophie, so I was like, I just felt like I've got a knighthood. So, wait, Kathryn, who's your favorite New Who companion though?
Oh well.
Or Sarah Jane.
Yeah, she's there. Bill Potts and Donna.
My girl.
Yeah.
This is why we're besties because we both love Bill Potts. I love Bill Potts.
Yeah.
Okay, who is everyone's favorite Bill episode?
Pilot.
Lesson time.
Yeah, the pilot is good. I do like that opener.
Yeah, it's good.
Pilot's good, but I also
Face the
I
Raven.
also kind of I feel like Bill, she just has so many good moments in every episode.
And she
Yeah,
gives
she's good.
people extra chips. I'd kill for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Probably Pilot is her. No. Which was the one of the monks? What was that called again?
Extremist.
Oh, I love them.
Oh, the pyramid at the end of the world.
Yes, it was when she was pointing the gun at Capaldi. That was my favorite episode of her. Because
Oh, the
like
one
I
after.
was
Yeah,
watching series 10 for the first time, and then when I saw her, she was like crying and pointing the gun. I was like, I like her.
Do you remember? Does anyone remember an episode called The Eaters of Light?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Yes.
That was a very dull episode, honestly.
I actually liked that.
I don't mind it.
I watched it the
It's
other year,
dull.
but I
I don't
couldn't
hate it,
remember
but
what
it's
happened in
dull.
it. I forgot. I started watching a new episode. It was.
Same. Kind of forgot what it was.
Yeah. I always watch it. I forget.
Kathryn, do you remember the bit where Capaldi may or may not have put the Pope in Bill's bedroom?
Who wouldn't remember that?
That is my favorite scene from Bill, next to when she pointed the gun at Capaldi, when she just stormed into the house and say, Doctor, when that rare moment in my entire life happens, do not, under any circumstance, put the Pope in my bedroom.
Yeah.
I love her so much. I just love Bill. I think like she's not like at the top with Martha, but she's like my third favorite companion.
I loved series.
Love Bill.
Yeah.
I know. All right, Thomas, your turn. Who's your companions?
Okay. I think classic companions. It's a mix between Ace and Romana, actually.
Which Romana?
Oh, I think the second
Lala
because it
Ward.
was because of course they had that chemistry, Lala Ward and Tom Baker. It was also interesting to have the dynamic of a Time Lord as a companion as well, because most of the time the Doctor's been traveling with humans as well. But having a Time Lord's perspective as well, kind of it kind of mixed things up, kind of made things like interesting. And of course, Ace, well, it's Ace. She's Ace.
She is.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
is.
Yeah.
yeah.
Would you say
Ace
that?
was
Sorry, hang on. You go
no,
on.
no.
You go on. Sorry.
Uh, fair. I would say that Ace was actually like a tragic companion as well, because she had like a pretty hard backstory as well. I mean, her um traveling to Ice World, like Fenric's machinations as well, and just being another pawn against the Doctor. I mean, it was tragic as well, and of course, home life as well being expanded upon in the Big Finish series as well. It's definitely uh yeah, it's definitely one of the best companion um
Ever existed.
backstories. Yeah, exactly. And of course, beating up a Dalek with a baseball bat. I mean, that's pretty iconic in itself.
I'd say shooting a rocket at the Dalek was more iconic.
Mm.
Because that was just so out of pocket and out of nowhere. And honestly, if I had a bazooka and there's Dalek in front of me, I would just shoot it with it. No questions.
Yeah.
What about New Who, though? Who's your favorite New Who companion?
New Who, I would say Donna,
Of
because
course.
yeah, she was that loudmouth best friend that we all need in our lives, and she was also quite a tragic companion because of what happened to her at near the end of Tennant's run. Like she had to have her whole memory wiped, and I I'll be honest, I cried at that because it was it's just horrible to think about having all your memories of the most amazing time of your life wiped away, and thus having
That
your
is
whole
like pretty tragic.
personality reverted back to the way it was. Yeah, but I think the 60th anniversary specials rectified that, gave her more of a happy ending.
Yeah, 'cause she deserves one,
Yeah,
I
they
guess.
went to soldier her.
Yeah.
There's literally a soundtrack called The Rueful Fate of Donna Noble. So
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
rueful. They use the word rueful.
Mm,
Like, and it's gonna be bad if they use complicated words like rueful.
mm.
Romana, though, like honestly, that's a very unique choice. Like, would you say I know you like Lala Ward, but what about Mary Tam? Do you think she is okay?
I did like her portrayal of Romana. Of course, it's a shame that she was only limited to one season, because I think if we got more of Romana, it would have had a bigger impact.
Then again, Lala Ward has more chemistry of Tom Baker, I guess.
Obviously, if they had more chemistry, they got hitched. But
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
like wow, that happened very quickly.
yeah.
Right, Connor, what about you? Who's your companions?
For me, for classic hero, I'm going to go for Ian and the Brigadier.
Ian, like
Okay.
Ian Chesterton, Ian?
Yeah, Ian Chesterton. Yeah, I recently rewatched. I'm making my way through the classic series through the collection box sets. I'll start with
Mm,
season 2, and I just really like Ian. I just think he's a really nice guy, always looking out for them, and like he doesn't pretend to understand what the Doctor's on about, but he trusts the Doctor, and will put the Doctor in his place
mm.
when he's stepping out of line, being a bit of a prick. I just think he's really nice,
Yeah,
and same for the Brigadier. I just really like
yeah, the
Brigadier.
Brigadier. That's another unique choice. Why the Brigadier?
Again, I just like the relationship he has with the Doctor.
Me.
It's the one of the first instances we've had where, or probably the first instance we've had where it's a companion who's known the Doctor through multiple regenerations, and it's
And
just
the
nice
only
to
man the
see
Doctor will ever salute.
exactly that as well. I
Oh
just
yeah,
like the
no.
respect they have for each other, and just there's just so many reasons I like him, but those are like the main ones.
Kathryn, do you remember when Sarah Jane got to see the Brigadier for the last time?
Yes.
It was Nicholas Courtney, apparently. It was him.
Yeah,
Like, definitely
Yeah, it
him.
was him.
Yeah. It was, like, heartbreaking.
yeah. I think he was meant to be in the main show
Yeah, he's
or
meant to
have
be
like a
in
bigger
series
role
4.
or something.
Yeah, I think he was supposed to be in like the Sarah Jane Adventures or something, but he couldn't make it.
Yeah, he's
Didn't the
one of the
Ninth Doctor
first
met the
ones.
Brigadier in Big Finish at one point?
He has,
Yeah,
yes.
in the
Yeah,
Big Finish series, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, now that we're talking about the Ninth Doctor, he did met the Brigadier.
Hmm.
yeah. The Eighth Doctor's met him as well. I think most of the Doctors met him for a Big Finish.
Mm.
Yeah.
The Stewarts have met all the Doctors. Like, I did got to ask Gemma Redgrave, like, how was it like to work with all of the Doctors? And she was like, it was amazing.
This just works with loads, like all the new ones.
Yeah,
But
but when do you ever get to work with, let's see, David Tennant, Matt Smith, Sir John Hurt, Capaldi, Jodie,
I
Ncuti? I
I'll tell
mean,
you a funny story about Gemma Redgrave. Like I was at a convention, I think it was last year. Paul McGann was there. She was there. She had to leave early. Um, but
oh,
but she was saying it was so funny because she was like she was on the way to film for the new Doctor Who, like that she did, and of course they can't tell anyone when they're doing that, right? So
Hmm.
she gets a lift in the taxi, and then she bumps into Matt Smith, and Matt Smith's like, "Oh, you off to Cardiff?" So yeah, I'm off to Cardiff. And I was like, Doctor Who? It's like, yeah. And I think Matt's like, I'm jealous. Look at all the doctors that you've worked with after me. You're still going. And then it's and Gemma laughs at it because she can't really say anything, but Matt already knows. So
Hmm.
it's quite funny.
I did try to see if she can give us a little bit of reveal for the spin-off series. All she said was it's going to be amazing and that she had fun working in the spin-off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried, all right, I tried, but Gemma Redgrave is a tough bean to crack, all right? Okay.
Hmm.
She don't say much. I think at the Comic Con, which was last year before, I think it was actually during the series where a fan was actually complaining to her, saying why the like when Doctor Who was airing at midnight, and she was like, the companion, or not the companion, the fan was like, what's your opinion on it? And Jim Redgrave was like, I think it's good everyone can see it because she can't say anything even if she did have an opinion because she's been on Doctor Who. She's like, I think it's good everyone can see it. So I always think when people, I always think as well, but when people want to ask a question to a person, a celebrity, if they're a doctor or not, they should really think about what they're going to say and if something that they can actually answer, because otherwise it's a waste of a question.
I
Mm.
mean, then
Yeah,
again, like, 'cause
exactly.
I have heard, like, at the time when I was in MegaCon, like, recently, I have heard about, Gemma had to leave early because she was filming the series. Because, like, when I met her in MegaCon, she was, like, a bit more chatty, I guess, because I think she's done with the filming and stuff. Because, like, I've had a pretty great conversation with Gemma, actually. I mean, I was a little bit intimidated because she's Kate Stewart, and of course she's Kate Stewart. You have to be intimidated because she is Kate Stewart. Um, I think the highlight of the whole conversation I had with Gemma was when I told her that I want to be the Doctor one day, and then she shook my hand and said, "Maybe you'll be a second Matt to work with on set." And I was like my heart just went,
Nice.
no. Like and then I said, actually, funny you mentioned it. I am born on the 11th. It's an omen, I'm sure. And she said, oh, definitely. No, literally, I am born on the 11th, so maybe it's gonna be an omen.
I'm on the
Maybe I'll meet
12th.
Gemma on set. You know, maybe, just maybe,
So,
maybe.
Connor, what are your new Who companions?
Oh no, Donna. I just love her.
Donna.
Oh,
I just like I just like the dynamic. Well, obviously, all the companions are friends with the Doctor, but this is the first one we get the feeling that they're like proper mates, and there's like a lot of banter between them,
Mm.
and Donna can really hold her own, and again puts the Doctor in his place and puts other people in their place. She's not. There hasn't been a companion like Donna before, and there hasn't really been one since. I just enjoy her uniqueness.
I mean, I guess Bill sort of fits, like,
Oh yeah,
I guess
Bill. Yeah,
Bill.
Bill's probably
Yeah.
quite close in terms of personality.
Ruby, does Ruby count?
I don't know.
I like Ruby. I don't think she's similar to Donna and Bill, but I still really like Ruby. I'm looking forward to seeing her in series two.
Yeah, same. Perry, does Perry count? Perry and Colin Baker? No, no, no.
I mean,
No,
I
because
think if
like,
someone strangled me, I'd have a few things to say.
but they do banter a lot. They do have a lot of friendly banter. So
Yeah.
no, because when you mentioned friendly banter, I was like, oh, Perry, oh, Bill. I was thinking of these
Mm.
guys.
Mm.
Because like I think my favorite relationship of a Doctor companion is when they just roast each other and banter. I really like it. It's
Yeah.
just it's really nice to see. And
it's missed.
um honestly, Donna's not my favorite. I feel I'm more comfortable with, I guess, like 12 and Bill, I guess,
Mhm.
because it's I see 12 and Bill as more of gay granddaughter and her space granddad. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like the one of the most ultimate duos, I guess.
Yeah.
Although
I
everyone just
also
picks Bill.
I also want to give an honorable mention to Wilf because Wilf's great.
Wilf is up there.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Will.
Up there,
Oh, the old soldier. Like, how can we forget about Will?
Oh, that scene in the 60th special, even though it's brief, I love it.
Oh,
Has
It's really
anyone
good.
got to meet Bernard Cribbins before he passed away?
Yeah,
No,
unfortunately not.
almost did.
because I know people who have, and they were really sad about it. So,
Yeah, I was sad.
has anyone met Catherine Tate then?
No.
not yet.
Really?
No.
No.
Huh. Mason, I thought you had. Never mind.
No.
Huh.
Maybe another Mason did.
Well, no.
The two Masons.
I haven't. I don't know another Mason apart from you.
I've met Camille Kadori, who plays Jackie.
I'd love to meet her.
Same. I've
Yeah,
met
she was
her.
really
She's
nice.
amazing.
Yeah, she's really nice.
I could tell you who
Oh,
I am meeting. I'm meeting Susan Twist.
Oh,
oh,
nice.
I would have. I would. Oh my
Oh,
God.
I'm meeting her, and I'm gonna meet Joe Martin, future Doctor.
Joe
Ooh.
Martin.
Oh, cool.
Mason, why do you always get to meet these legends? Like, why? Just why?
And
Save some for us. Come on.
I'm going to a Comic-Con that Anita Dobson's going to, but I've already seen her. Saw her last
Yeah.
year.
Okay,
I've
manifest. We get to meet Susan Twist or Joe Martin.
yeah.
I
I've
was
met
this close to meeting Susan Twist. This close.
I've met one of the assistant producers from Joe Martin's Big Finish series, Dominic Martin.
Ah,
Or
Oh,
I've
yeah,
met Dom
yeah,
before.
because yeah, he's a very cool guy, and yeah, he said that she was an absolute joy to work with. So makes me a bit jealous that I haven't seen it yet.
Joe Martin reposted my story once.
Oh yeah.
Like at one point, and I just went full on fanboy mode.
Mm.
So
She's amazing.
my favourite companions are Adam. Um,
Really?
yeah, he's so good. No, not really. So classic Sarah Jane Smith,
Love that.
Ace, Joe Grant,
Love that.
and
Joe Grant.
Grace Holloway.
Love that.
Grace. Okay.
Yeah, I liked Grace. I met her as well, actually. She was lovely.
Well, at this point, we just assume you know everyone.
Yeah.
Well, Mason did. Mason did, you know. You did an interview with Paul McGann, didn't you?
Yeah.
Somehow.
No, everyone was so shocked when it happened.
I think you may have told me prior.
I
Maybe.
guessed that it was Paul McGann. I just guessed. I didn't expect it to be, you know. I didn't expect it, and I didn't expect me to be correct.
Hour and 49 minutes, I think. I had Ace on actually as well, or Sophie Aldred.
Oh yeah, you did. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. The day that I met Paul McGann, I can just die a happy man, I think. Or Capaldi.
Yeah.
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 I've met
Like
Paul
I will
McGann.
try
I've
not to faint from the aura that Paul McGann has.
Yeah. I've met him once and he is an absolute gentleman.
Oh my God, I bet he is. Like,
Yeah.
ah, gosh.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Hmm.
I mean, I only wear his costume if I go to his Comic-Con now because it's so complex.
Who's your favorite New Who companion?
It's got to be Simon Pegg.
Oh.
No, but I would love Simon Pegg to be the Doctor one day, right? I'd love Simon Pegg to be the Doctor one day.
He'd be good.
I mean, actors have come back in different roles, so maybe.
Yeah, him or Michael Sheen. I want a Welsh Doctor.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Michael Sheen is, but because they're so Scottish based, most of the Doctors have been, and I want maybe someone from a different background.
Yes, a Welsh Doctor, Cymru am byth.
Considering it's filmed in Wales, you
Yeah, it
think
makes
they'd
sense.
a Welsh
True.
Doctor.
True. Honestly, valid reason. Valid reason.
Yeah,
An Irish one.
yeah.
I'd
Yes,
like Hugh
Irish.
Laurie to play the Doctor, but he'd probably be too expensive to get.
Who?
Hugh Laurie, the
Yeah.
guy from House, the dad from Stuart Little.
Hugh Laurie. Actually, I can see that actually.
He'd probably be way too expensive though.
True. He is House, so.
Years ago, before
Yeah, but Hugh Laurie is he's pretty big, so.
years ago, before this guy was actually famous, I like the guy who does what was it, the Harry Potter spin-off? What's it called?
Oh, Eddie Redmayne.
Eddie
Redmayne.
Redmayne.
Yeah, him, Eddie Redmayne. Before he was famous and he'd done it like that, I'd be like, he could be a really good Doctor.
Technically,
Yeah,
Newt
yeah.
Scamander is sort of Doctor Who coded. Bow tie, blue coat, a case that's bigger on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just saying. He's pre-Who coded.
But
Just saying.
so in New Who, my favourites are Wilf. I loved Wilf.
The old soldier.
It's a shame. I think he would have been good if he'd done his own series, like after he was in, like his series. Amy, I loved Amy and Rose.
Amy. Ooh, we've only mentioned Amy a few times tonight.
Yeah, so I liked Amy.
Am I one of the few people that doesn't really like Amy Pond though?
Yeah, I liked Amy at the start, like in the first series. I think she was really good, but it was quite sad when she left. That was one of the sad moments.
Oh yeah.
Well, she did have a bit of a sad exit, but I just don't really care for her that much, I guess. I love Karen Gillan though. She's amazing.
Like I
would still fanboy if I ever met Karen Gillan.
I like Donna.
She's
I do, but I just not sad. In my opinion, right? I don't feel the ending for her in what was it, Journey's End, is sad anymore because of what happened in the 60th. I felt the whole scenario about how she was brought back was lazy writing, in my opinion.
Completely agree.
They just copied the Winter Soldier thing, didn't they?
Yeah.
The Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and
Fair enough.
it was annoying because I thought I thought the toy maker was going to be the whole point of the whole 60th, and I think I still think even if you cancelled out Star Beast and Wild Blue Yonder, you just had a giggle, it'd be fine. Um,
I mean, I like Wild Blue Yonder. It's a good
yeah,
episode.
they're
Oh,
good,
One
but
Million is
Oh,
great.
yeah.
they're good episodes, right? But if you even got rid of them and you just said the giggle is the 60th, you'd just be
What, like,
like the other two don't have any difference to the giggle. What happened in the giggle, really?
yeah. But more like a feature length,
Yeah,
like
just
60th special with the toy maker as the main villain.
yeah,
That's
like
what you mean.
yeah,
Okay.
like what I would have done is I would have brought Donna back and give her a purpose. Like the toy maker brings Donna back, but to win the game, she saves her own life, and she can remember the Doctor forever. But if she loses, she has to go back to her state as she was, like not remembering the Doctor. If she remembers the Doctor, she will die. I think that's a much better way of bringing her back than how she was brought back.
Oh, I like that idea.
Mm.
Yeah, because
Well, we can all agree that
Yeah,
Neil
yeah,
Patrick
yeah, I
Harris
see where
was
you're coming from.
great as a toy maker.
he was
Always.
really good,
Oh,
but
brilliant.
he was underused. I felt
Yeah.
the hype of him, the whole hype of like the trailers. They kind of misjudged us, really, just on making us think that Neil Patrick Harris is going to be the main villain of the 60th, when there were others as well.
I mean, there is always a chance that he might come back. I mean, he's bound
I hope so.
in unit. So, and he's
Yeah.
and he's the toy maker. He's an other dimensional being. He could always escape.
Perhaps we'll see more
Maybe.
of the Pantheon of Discord in Series 15.
Maybe,
Oh yeah.
I'm sure we will.
maybe.
100% for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I the toy maker.
yeah, I think there's so much they can do. But we'll have to wait and see. Like now we actually know April 12th, this series comes out.
Brilliant.
Already looking forward to it.
20 years of who?
20 years.
Linda Chandra.
It is.
Like, I'm excited to see who she is.
Yeah.
Mm.
20 years.
Does anyone think of maybe seeing Varada Sethu this July at LFCC?
I won't be
Nah,
going.
I can't go. I'm
Yeah, I
afraid.
won't.
After what happened
I'm
last year,
I'm thinking. I'm just having a think.
it was really hectic last year, and I don't, unless, I mean, I haven't seen her yet. I would want to see her first if I wanted to meet her or not.
But
Definitely.
you would think they would improve over last year, because I didn't go, but I heard a lot about what happened last year, and it's awful.
It
So
was.
you would hope they would, drastically, improve everything.
And I had fans that travelled a long way and they didn't even get to see like Shooty or Minnie.
Well, yeah,
I
wasn't it
hate
like
that as well.
200 quid for like 5 seconds or something?
Yeah. It
Yeah,
was.
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, when I met David Tennant, it weren't that expensive.
I mean, it was what, £200 or something.
Yeah.
I think it was,
Yeah,
I think it
last
was.
I heard.
No,
Yeah.
no. When I saw David Tennant, it weren't that like. It was. I got it cheaper for some reason because the people there, right?
It wasn't Basingstoke.
Yeah, it was, but when I was having my photo, they didn't check. They thought that they basically I paid for one photo and I was just using the same ticket to get more photos, and they didn't do anything about it, right? So it was
Telling me this 2 years later, I could have done that.
no, but it's a
Mason.
newbie. It was the newbie, so I was saying I'm here for my photo. No, because I wasn't going to do it, but they like, if you want to have another photo, just queue up again. So I'm queuing up again, and then I'm just getting 3 photos when I pay for one.
You leave me outside to go and get these photos, and
I didn't want to say anything there.
Oh dear. Oh
The
no.
truth comes out 2 years later.
2 years later.
same con that we met, and this is the first time I'm hearing this.
Mason, Kathryn, I think like the three of us should go to a con together because like I've only met you two like separately, so
Yeah, you never see us in the same room.
Kathryn, you haven't even been coming to the London cons. You should come along. Come on.
I need to, I know. 2024 was this a shit show for mental health reasons, and I just couldn't. But
You know what?
I'm
Fair enough.
aiming to.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Yes. Yes. For sure. For
But
sure.
2025 is the year.
Yes. Definitely. Definitely.
But no, you never see me and Mason in the same room. The polarities are just
Yeah,
We have to
Yeah.
reverse the polarity of the neutron
Yeah.
flow.
it will be difficult.
Wait, let's just reverse it. Get your Sonics out.
I
Done.
haven't got mine on me.
Sort of.
mine doesn't
Well,
light
no,
up.
maybe we shouldn't get it out because we were confusing it. Like maybe we'll reverse it
Got
and then
the
we'll bring it
Sonic
back
pen.
again. We're confusing the polarity. Oh my
I've got a
goodness.
Sonic pen. I should do the Sonic pen.
That's not. Wait, is it? No, that's an ordinary pen.
Ah. It's strange to think. It's amazing to think how far like it's come in 20 years. Doctor Who. I mean,
20 years.
yeah.
Yes.
I still need to get my friends to keep watching. They haven't seen the end of the world yet, so
Hmm.
Yeah, they probably haven't because they don't want the world to end yet.
no, that's not what.
Either that or they think there's going to be more bad CGI and flipping bins.
Or wait until they meet the Lazarus creature.
Oh God.
I've been up to that tower where the Doctor plays on the piano in that episode.
You've been everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. No, it's a church, right? And
yeah.
I'm saying to the guy, I'm wearing a Doctor Who top, and he's doing a service, and I'm just standing there. He sees my Doctor Who top, and I was like, oh, Doctor Who was filmed there. The guy, because he said he still works there when David Tennant they did all filming. I was like, yeah, that's the reason I'm here. I'm not here for no service. I'm here. I'm here for Doctor Who. But and he was like, oh, if you wait when I finish my service, I'll take you up the tower. You can play on the piano if you want. So I did, and I couldn't go where Tish and Martha went up the tower that bit because it's
Yeah.
closed off. But I could
That's
go.
fair enough.
But David Tennant is a skinny man because you have to be really skinny to get up in that tower because it's so close. Like your piano's right on top of you, and it's mental. But yeah,
Mm.
and the same that funny enough, that's the same location as when the future of the Jadoon was is only around the corner from that place.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah, all in Gloucester.
can we all agree when Joe Martin was fighting a Jadoon was pretty badass?
Oh, definitely. When she ripped its horn off.
I love
Yeah.
that part.
Rip the horn and then go, Photo, and then pew.
Daddy boy
Absolutely,
gets it.
absolutely disrespected that Jadoon.
Yeah,
Only Joe Martin. Only Joe Martin.
the Jadoon episodes are really good.
Actually, has anyone heard of the Big Finish set with Joe Martin yet?
I've been meaning to listen to that for a while, but
I
I haven't got
haven't,
around
but
to it.
apparently it's really good.
Hmm.
Like, my friend, because like they are a Trekkie as well, because they saw that Alice Krieg was in it and they know her from Star Trek. They're like, okay, maybe I'll listen to it just for Alice Krieg.
I listened to my first Big Finish story the other day. It was one. I think it was one David Tennant did with Tom Baker.
Oh, that was the first one I listened to
fair.
as well. That's
Let's
really
do
good.
that for our birthday.
Yeah, yeah,
Ah,
did. I just listened to it now. Yeah. And I'm gonna listen to the one with Peter Davison and
Hmm.
him.
I have
okay,
yet to
they're
meet
down
Peter
there.
Davison. I would love to meet Peter Davison.
I've met him, but don't expect much from him.
No. Yeah, he's
Have you
pretty.
met his companions though? You know, Janet, Sarah, Matthew Waterhouse.
No.
Met
Whenever I-
Matthew Waterhouse and Janet Fielding.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Janet Fielding was like, wow, she's really nice.
I did go to the same Comic-Con Janet Fielding went to, but I didn't see her. But yeah, he's not he's quite shy, Peter Davison.
Yeah, he is.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just
Hmm.
maybe just wear a fedora or cosplay the Fifth Doctor, and maybe he'll be less shy. I don't know.
Yeah, like
That could be scare him off.
the only doctors I need to meet,
Wear a fedora. It always helps.
I need to meet. Well, I'm meeting the future of Doctor this year. She could be ticked off. So the Ninth Doctor, the 11th Doctor. I really want to meet the 11th Doctor, 12, 13, and well, the fourth is probably not going to happen. But there's a few I still need to get.
I hope one day that all of us get to meet Shooty.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I'd love
that
to meet
one
him.
time at LFCC was just nightmarish.
Yeah, you didn't really say much to him.
Although I actually got a picture with Millie Gibson.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Has anyone got to meet
Yeah.
Millie?
Yeah,
Not
Yeah.
yet.
she's
Oh my
lovely.
God, she was. So, a few minutes before this, I said, by the way, I'm cosplaying Shooty. I hope you approve. And she said, you look fabulous, mate. I've got most of the cast approval. I've got Michelle Greenwich's approval. I've got Alexander Debrion's approval. Now I've got Millie Gibson's. I'm just aiming to get like all the new cast approval of my 15th Doctor cosplay because it's really low budget. So
But Alexander is so tall.
he is giant of a man.
Yeah,
I didn't
I had
get
a
to
picture of him.
I didn't get to fish the spin-off news from him though. They're all really tough to crack.
Hmm.
Wow.
I have seen the graphic for the spin-off though. I saw it the other day.
Yeah, but then again, you still want to fish out the spoiler news from the actors.
It's going to be
You
really
can be like,
interesting though.
tell us what you know.
It's going to be interesting when that airs, considering the series after hasn't been filmed yet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting how that all plans out. Like, are they going to wait a year if there's going to be no Doctor Who series next year? You have to wait.
I have very high hopes that it will.
Yeah.
I feel like it. I feel like there will, because I don't know. I just have like a gut feeling that Series 15 is going to be good.
I hope so. I hope
Yeah.
so. It needs to be really with an 8 episode series. 13's a bit more. You can accept a bit, maybe one or two not as good stories.
Hmm.
But it needs to be. It needs to up its game to series 1, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they've
I
the BBC commissioned 26 episodes with Disney, and 13 of them have aired. So we're gonna have 8 more with season 2, and then that's 5 more still left to be made by Disney.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely get season 3. Whether or not it will be next year, I'm not sure. At the very least, we'll probably get like a Christmas special like we did with the Return of Doctor Mysterio, where for
Yeah.
2016 we just got that one episode.
I don't think we'll get a Christmas special. I'll be surprised if we do get a Christmas special this year.
I mean, if we've had Church on Ruby Road and if we'd had Joy to the Worlds, maybe we'll get the Christmas specials again.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get another special guest actor.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't, underuse them like they did with Nicola Coughlan.
Yeah.
I mean, no, but then again, you do have to applaud, when Nicola was mind controlled by the suitcase and when she was, crying about her mother. I mean, that was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, she was good in the episode. Just wasted.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Wasted.
Yeah, this is the thing for Shooty's era so far. Like the 60th was really good, right? And then I don't remember those cinematic trailers we got. And then for the series 1, it just felt a bit underwhelming to start with, right? And in the series, it's gone up and down. Like you've had a good episode, maybe an okay episode, and not as good episode. You're going up and down, and really, with an 8 episode
Do you think-
series, you need it to maintain.
For
For
sure.
me,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed series 14. Apart from the final,
Yeah.
Where my worry lies is where they've been essentially filmed back to back. Russell hasn't had the chance to take on Series 1 criticism to improve Series 2. So obviously any issues with Series 1, I'm worried they'll carry into Series 2 where they were, written and filmed at the same time.
Yeah.
Because obviously people have been very vocal about Series 14, but he can't really do anything because they're, it's all in the can. Have been for about a year,
Yeah.
probably longer actually.
Maybe they'll learn in another 20 years.
Yeah, well, maybe Series 3 because I think Russell said he's written that. Yeah, Russell. Yeah, I think he said he's written Series 3, just waiting to get the green light.
Yeah.
But
Manifest.
the worrying thing, right? I think the views will get worse this next series. I don't think they'll improve. I think the views if we get midnight releases, the views will go worse. If we don't get midnight releases, they might be a bit better. But I don't think the midnight releases help. I think the midnight releases help American audience, right? Because Disney are part of it. And I feel like Disney have had a lot to say. So, in my opinion, when the deal finishes, when the deal closes, I think Disney shouldn't be a part of it. I feel Doctor Who could be better without Disney. Because really, with Disney, they've done a good TARDIS. They've done a good dinosaur. What else have they done? It's really
Yeah,
hard.
I agree. Like the only hit to the series without Disney would be the budget,
Yeah.
and even without Disney, it still looked pretty. It's been dodgy at times, but it's for what, like 17 years out, it went without Disney. It looked pretty good. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I'm glad it has Disney money because it looks great. But at the end of the day, it's not really going to affect the way the stories are written and stuff like that.
Yeah. I feel the series in an 8 episode, like for example, The Boys. I don't know if any of you have seen The Boys. The
Oh, I
Boys
love that
has
stuff.
The Boys has 8 episodes of series, an hour long each, at least. The Doctor Who
Mm,
series 14, series 1, whatever you like to call it. Not some didn't even reach Dot and Bob, for example, 43 minutes. In my opinion, not long enough. 45 minutes, not long enough. I feel like in an 8 episode series, right, you should have an hour each episode. Um, and if it was 10 episodes, I could understand. I think we
mm,
should be getting at least 10 episodes, but because we're a Disney deal, that for some reason their series on Disney are 8 episodes or 6 episodes. So they like that kind of time length.
mm.
I mean, I mean, I love Dawn Bubble. I think that's my favorite episode out of the whole
Oh,
series
Don
14.
was great.
Yeah. 73 yards, second best. Boom is third best. And it's also tied with Devil's Cord. I like Devil's Cord.
I
Am I
love
the
Musical
only one that
Devil's
stuff.
likes the
Cord.
episode?
I wish it committed more to the musical aspect, but apart from that, I really enjoyed it.
I
Yeah.
mean, I think I like Jinx Monsoon as the Maestro. I love how unhinged they are. Like,
Mm.
and the Doctor lost in that episode. It was only because of the Beatles that he won. It kind of, I like that it gives the idea that these gods are terrifying. They
Yeah.
can F up the Doctor instantly if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. But
I, I don't think Doctor's going to go away because, yes, the views have dropped, but, like 3 to 4 million people is still a lot of viewers. I believe it's still in like the top, I think, 10 shows of. I saw a statistic where it was like about 3 to 4 million views. It's still in the top 10 of like most watched shows for that week. Whereas if you compare that to Classic Who getting about 3 or 4 million views, it was like it wasn't even breaking top 100.
yeah,
So like even though the views
Yeah.
have dropped, it's still doing good enough.
yeah,
I
It's
think
just all these headlines and YouTubers just want to spin it to make it seem bad and stuff like that.
yeah. I think the BBC sort of recognise as well that Doctor Who is an icon of a show, and they're not gonna get rid of it as easily. Even if they lose or end a contract with Disney, they're gonna find another distributor.
And like the viewing ship compared to 20 years ago is of course not going to be the same. We've got streaming services, we've got social media.
Exactly.
People know about the episodes before they even come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So of course it's not going to be in the bins or.
I think like we as fans, like the creative fans anyway, I think we can keep making fan-made content just to keep the Who vibes going. It's like when the TV movie with McGann, because the TV movie was a bit of a flop, but Big Finish existed, and also the comics and the books, and it kept the fandom going for a bit.
Yeah.
And then we got Richard E. Grant with the Shulker Doctor. I feel like the creative people of the Doctor Who fandom can start getting productive now, so that it can fill in the little gaps that we have for the months leading up to the new season.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, Galley, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink.
I know what you mean.
I mean,
like
the
wink,
fandom's always
wink.
Yeah.
the fandom's always going to be there. That's without a shadow of doubt. Even if the show ends or we don't find a distributor, the fans are still going to be here. They're going to make, like you say, Matt, they're going to make loads of fan-made content, and that's actually how Big Finish started. They were huge fans of Doctor Who. They made their own like audio dramas under their own label, and then they got the official license from BBC.
Well, yeah, if Doctor Who ever ended, Big Finish would be like, it's free real estate, and they're just going to go for it.
Oh yeah, if
It's free real estate.
I don't think Doctor Who is going to go, but let's say it did, I think it would just be like the Wilderness Years again, but even more so because everyone's got a 4K camera in their pocket now. Anyone can make a Doctor Who thing. And obviously Big Finish is more famous than it. There's obviously come along the past 25 years or however long it's been. There's always a new book. Like 3 books every month, and it's the expanded media is crazy. Let alone that's the canon stuff. Let alone the fan expanded stuff as well. It's Doctor Who is, even if it comes off the screen, it will always be here.
Yeah,
which is great. It's one of the reasons I love the show.
I think at the moment, I don't want Doctor Who to go, but if it did, at the moment, we don't want it to go, right? But
no.
Russell has lost his way a little bit, with certain aspects of the story, and like for example, he'll say stuff like, when 73 Yards went out, he said, it's the best episode I've ever written, and I didn't think it was the best I've seen in the. It's good, it's all right, 73 Yards, but I can think of many more that were better than it. So I feel like Doctor Who has got quite political in lately, with certain stories revolting in reasons for politics to save the world and stuff like that.
It's always been political though.
It's always been political since the 60s.
It has. You're right.
Yeah, I mean,
Series 3, that was all politics.
Yeah, it was. That was quite funny, Series 3.
I quite enjoyed Doctor Who for the politics part, to be honest. I like
so when it's done well, I think Orphan 55 is a bad example. But stuff like Dot and Bubble, the Series 4 Ood one, I can't remember the name of it, but that one's really good.
Yeah.
Wait, which one is it?
Planet of the
Ood. The series.
That was it.
Planet of the Ood. I think Series 3 is a bad example in the sense that Russell does not understand how elections work or how presidents work, because you have yeah, but like he could have done some research because like the stuff to do with like the president elect is really bad. Like the president elect would not make decisions on behalf of the world. You know,
Yeah,
and the way Saxon becomes prime minister is that's not how it works either. So stuff like
yeah.
that's a bad example. But you know, for the most part, it does handle politics really well.
It has done, but I feel lately what I mean by the politics is you know, where they use an agenda or something like that of the episode, like not like in the Star Beast, for example, um, they used Rose's character to save the world rather than like the Doctor saving it or something like that, because the Doctor normally saves it, doesn't he? So that's what I mean by that. Like they've just
I don't, I don't think, yeah, but I don't think Rose's gender comes into saving the world, and there's been plenty of people that have saved the world.
yeah.
You know, like Donna for
Hmm.
Journey's End.
Hmm.
You know, she came in at the last minute to save him, similar to Rose.
Yeah.
And even though Rose is trans, I don't think her gender played a role into saving the world.
Yeah,
And even if it did, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
In my opinion, anyway.
yeah,
Yeah, I get what you mean.
yeah. Everyone's been locked down. You're all coming back.
What about Galley? Is she okay?
I think she got locked out too. Um, but yeah, so I think
Oh, she's back. Let's go.
the reason what you're saying is even if Doctor Who went, it'd be fine. Like even if it did, it will be good because everyone will still share about it. There'll probably be petitions,
Yeah.
Yeah,
out there.
definitely.
Bring it back, bring it back. But
Sorry, my laptop completely died.
yeah. So
Oh no.
oh dear. So series 2 is good. My opinions may change. It's just in my
Hmm.
opinion, I just feel we've been up like 60 was good, then series up and down. So in my opinion, I just want it to be sustainable, like where it's good. Or maybe one little blip, it's fine, but in the recent series, in my opinion, it just went up and down. So I want it at a stage, series 2, which I think can happen because from what it looks like, the Raider, Sephi's character, has been sabotaged or it not been an accident. It seems like it could be like a Martha situation with her, where
Hmm.
and an actual confrontation where I feel like Ruby didn't have with Ruby. You didn't have her arguing with the Doctor an awful lot. Other than that time in Boom, you didn't really have arguments with the Doctor and Ruby. So I feel like
No.
so for Raider's character can offer that, and I think that's what has been missed within the last series, where the Doctor's actually having arguments with people that are his companions. So I think if that happens, and yeah, the worrying thing it may just be it looks like it probably will be a follow on from series 1, but it looks a
Hmm.
bit more in space. We didn't
Mm.
really have any space adventures in the last series, so I hope I hope a bit more space in the series coming.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot better if Adam comes back.
Yes,
My
we
God.
yes,
My gosh. We're not gonna let Adam go now, are we?
yes.
Really the best.
Yeah. Right. Before we go, guys, I'm gonna get your chance to say something. And why you like Doctor Who, or like what Doctor Who means to you. Um. So I'll start with Tom.
Um, for me, Doctor Who is all about change. It's all about it changes with the times, and it's it's fascinating to watch it change. I've also been um for me personally, I've also been inspired by the Big Finish series because I didn't get into Big Finish until like 2008 when the Davros box set came out. And that kind of inspired me to be like an amateur voice actor. So So that was really good. Side note, I am currently voicing the Master in a Doctor Who fan audio drama called Mastermind
Nice.
by Hypertrain Media. It's out, but we're currently working on more episodes. So yeah, just a little shout out there. But yeah, for me, Doctor Who, it's influenced my life in a big way, and I will always be grateful for that.
That's really nice to hear. Thanks, Tom. Matt,
Hello, tis
what's do-
I.
what does Doctor Who mean to you?
Um, it's life-changing for me since 2022, and it's brought me a new passion for what I love doing, voice acting, obviously. It's brought me new friends like you lot, and it's also brought me new happiness. And right now, it's also kind of because I'm introducing some friends to it. I'm just making the fandom and my own friendship circle a bit bigger. And I think this show is giving me a little sense of I can be my own, I can be myself. I can be my own doctor. I can be my own Time Lord. And, my friends are my companions and they mean the world to me. And I think like it's also just getting my brain working because, as I said, Um, I'm sort of like on the creative side of the Who fandom as well, because like Tom, I'm also doing voice acting as well. I've been in a few productions as either a few characters, companions, and even doctors, even villains at some point. And right now, here's a little first announcement that my fan project of Doctor Who is finally coming to life this year because we have our actors and they've done all their lines. And currently we are creating episode one. It's going to be out hopefully this year, maybe during April when the new series comes out. And spoiler alert, Gally's also in the series as a companion. So she's going to
Awesome.
be amazing. In the future, she will. Um, you have yet to see. Um, but yeah, like Big Finish as well. Not to mention Big Finish. Like it's like two of my worlds are like combining Doctor Who and voice acting because like you know
Yeah,
for someone like me it just means a lot. The show just means so much to me.
It's a gift
I
that
love
keeps
it.
on giving.
Yeah, for sure.
lovely. Thanks, Matt. Um, Connor, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, Doctor Who's a massive part of my life. I mean, people make the joke that like no one remembers Luke Skywalker being Darth Vader's son. You're like born with that knowledge. Whereas like for me, I was born knowing Doctor Who. I don't remember first discovering it. It's always been there, and it's like I said, it's a huge part of my life. And the like Tom said, the fact that it's always changing is amazing, and the fact that there's all these different shows and spin-offs and communities. It's there's nothing like Doctor Who. There's obviously big shows like Star Wars and Star Trek and what have you, but there's nothing like Doctor Who. It's unique, and I think that's fascinating and amazing. And I just think the Doctor's a great role model for me. Just the characteristics of them, and even though they are flawed, like they always try to do their best. And even though none of us can be a Time Lord, hate to break it to you, you can still live by their rules and what they believe in. And I just think it's just great and just had a huge impact in my life. Is what I was about to say.
Love that. Yeah, yes. We don't forget how much a show that has the Doctor in it and just travel around time and space has a big impact on our lives every day.
Yeah,
Brilliant. But thanks, Connor.
no worries.
Kathryn, what about you?
Well, similar to Connor, I don't remember my life without it. fortunately and unfortunately. I mean, it means a lot. I mean, it's my life, really. Like,
Yeah.
I've made lots of friends through it in real life and recently at Comic Cons, online communities. I wouldn't have met them without the show. It made me want to be an actor. Like when I was little, I wanted to be Doctor Who, and now I'm sort of actually right at the start of my career, like getting my foot in the door with also the voice acting in the Who community and like professionally. I don't know, I mean, I wouldn't have done it without it. Yes, the Doctor Who it just sort of feels like me. I wouldn't be me without it. So,
I can't imagine Sarah Jane without you, Kathryn.
well,
Or
I think
Sylvia.
I seem to gatekeep that character. That's my online persona.
Sarah Jane Smith.
Like without you or Sylvia or all the other Sarah Jane people and Sadie Miller out there, I think without the three of you, the Holy Trinity, like I think we would have forgotten about Sarah Jane, honestly.
I don't think you could forget Elizabeth
No,
Sladen.
no one could forget Sarah Jane.
I'm talking about the new fans, but for us old fans, you know, Sarah Jane is unforgettable. Thanks to you, Sylvia, Sadie, everyone, honestly.
Sarah Jane's awesome.
Doctor Who's just saved my life in so many ways, and including Sarah Jane. Definitely Sarah Jane.
Yeah.
What about you, Mason? The big man himself. What about you?
Doctor Who, it means a lot because that's all I've ever known, really. Like, since I was 5, I've, like, I got my own TARDIS, so that pretty much says it all, really. I have my own TARDIS. Even if I just go to a shop and I see a Doctor Who figure, I'm like, oh, I'm getting that. Because where I live, there's not many Doctor Who shops. You get Doctor Who stuff in, so I just find it really rare now to find any of that back from when there was so much, like in 2005. So yeah, it means a lot because I didn't think when I watched it, I just thought it's just another show that you watch on telly. I'm not gonna really care about it because that's what you do when you watch a show. You don't really, you're not bothered about it. You don't want to wear their clothes. But then I just decided I liked it, and yeah, I think I don't know what I'll be without Doctor Who because regardless who the Doctor is or who's in it and that, I'll like them just because of a respect thing. Like even if they're not my Doctor or I don't like them as much as another Doctor, I'll still watch it because Doctor Who. Right. Well, yeah. So ever since probably since I met David Tennant, because David Tennant is the first Doctor Who actor I met at Comic Con, and it's quite funny. I say that because people probably don't know that. But yeah, it just means so much, and I thank, I guess, my brother for getting me into it. I think he regrets it now. He regrets it now because he's not as big as he's not as he don't like watch it as much now as like me. Just watch it whenever. But like when Doctor Who's on, like when the new series starts, I want to watch it with my family. I don't know whatever you guys do that as well, but like everyone has to be quiet now when Doctor Who's on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the reason why I don't want these midnight releases because the only reason I'd watch the midnight releases is because I don't want to get spoilers for the next day. And I know people that have actually not been on social media like last year to just watch it live on telly. I know people who did that, and I tried it with the final. I did because I went to the cinema and saw it in the cinema the finale, and I found out I got an email saying Sutak had returned, and then I ruined it for me. But I didn't know what he looked like. But yeah, so it just has my impact in my life. I remember I was at school. I didn't really have many friends that liked Doctor Who when I was younger. Like when I was 5, I was at like primary school, not many people like Doctor Who. I got a friend to like it. We just played like Doctor and a Companion. Like I'm the Doctor and the other companion.
Oh,
Well, I used to do that, but I didn't have many friends, and then not it's until like last few years I found my people who like Doctor Who.
I mean, my best friend who like only watched Doctor Who back in the day actually started to got back into it after I asked them if they want to be the companion for my series, and they're like, "All right, bestie, I'll do it for you."
Yeah,
I've yet to try to persuade my family to watch Doctor Who. They kind of hate that I like it so much, but I'm getting my friends to watch it, so I guess that's a win for me.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's good. It's good to get more people into it.
exactly. It's very nice as well when you find a community as well that's so passionate about the show as well.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's right. But
To another probably 60 years of time and space.
yeah, definitely.
I'm sure it will be.
Yeah, but thank everyone for coming on the podcast today. It's been really fun.
Thanks for having us again, Mason. It's
Yeah, thank
always
you for
fun
having
doing
us.
this podcast. It's always super fun, honestly.
Yeah,
Third or fourth time the charm.
yeah. You've been
You're making my Sunday night, Mason.
yeah. I can't even remember how time you've been on, Kathryn. I'm Matt. I don't even remember now. It's
I
been a
mean,
while
this
though.
is
You need to be in costume maybe one day. Like you need to be in either Doctor or Sarah Jane costume. Actually try Doctor.
Yeah,
I was in costume last time.
Kathryn
Wait,
has
were
been
you?
in.
It's been
Kathryn
a
has been
while.
in a costume. She has. Just that when you were, I don't think you was there, Matt.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I don't think I was. It's been a
Like for the
while. All right, it's been
first
a while.
podcast I did with Mason, I was dressed as 9.
Yeah.
I
You can
dressed as
scroll
mine as
back
well.
like
Look.
3 years.
Yeah, but have you been
Yay.
dressed up? Is this your first time being dressed up, Matt? Or have you been dressed up before?
I had the Jodie coat on that one time, I think. I forgot. I'm gonna have to
You
look
wore
back.
duty for the last one that we were in
Oh
together
yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah, I was. Yeah. This is the third time I'm dressed up. I'm Eccleston, so
Eccleston. Brilliant.
yeah,
But yeah,
fantastic.
well done to Connor and Tom as well, because it's your first time on podcast.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
you guys
I've
were
really enjoyed
amazing.
it.
I absolutely loved it, and I hope that I'm able to come back on again.
Yeah,
Individual
Yeah,
episodes,
I'd love
Mason.
to.
yeah.
Give them
Individual.
individual episodes because that's what he did for me and Kathryn.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yes,
Quite a while ago
I think
now.
you two deserve an episode.
That
Oh.
was what, I think that was the 60th, wasn't it?
No,
Was
it
it
was
before?
before the thing. Was
Oh, yeah,
it?
it was
No, I
before.
think it. Yeah.
Because I did a series. I think it was called Doctor Who and Autism Celebrations.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Because we did a series. Because on my podcast, I like raising awareness of autism and other things. So we did an
Mhm.
episode to raise awareness.
I was just here for fun.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, we'll definitely have to come on again. Definitely.
Oh yeah, 100%. This has
Yeah.
been a real joy to be part of. So
Definitely.
thank you, all of you.
Thank you. And yeah, to anyone listening, to anyone watching, we hope you've enjoyed this one. This is the first part. There's going to be another episode as well, which hasn't been recorded yet, but it will be when you listen to it or watch it when it's out. So
Yeah, if you've watched or listened to this, well done for getting
Yeah.
all the way through it. And if you haven't got
Yeah.
all the way through it, go away.
yeah, I swear, Kathryn, you actually watch it, don't you?
My mum does, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Hi, Kathryn's mum, or bye, Kathryn's mum. Hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, if she gets
Bye.
that far, I'm sure she'll be very excited.
Yeah. If you get this far,
Yeah.
I may take Kathryn on a trip to time and space maybe in a few years. She's gonna come back with a bow and arrow. Just roll with it.
Wait, Matt,
Another one.
I didn't know you had a
No,
TARDIS.
because just a bit of a spoiler, Kathryn, you're playing someone who's very different to Sarah Jane, and because you do use a bow and arrow in real life, I'm gonna apply that to your character. That
Thank you.
you get to use a bow and arrow.
Thank you.
Like
You
Kathryn
need a
gets to be
master at
someone
any
else
time?
other than Sarah Jane. And I think it's
Thank
about
you.
time she does. It's about time you get rid of the Sarah Jane typecast. As much as we love it, I think you need to be rid of the typecast for a while.
Thank you.
There's a
I'm
video
sorry.
game. There's a video game called Horizon Zero Dawn, and there's a person in it called Aloy, and she uses a bow and arrow.
I've heard of that one actually. Is it any good?
Yeah, it's quite good. I think
Yeah, it's
that
really fun.
yeah, I heard that developing it into a film,
Oh, fair.
but it's
Yeah,
quite
they
good.
released a remake of the first one, but in Lego. Apparently, that's quite good.
Yeah, I haven't got that yet.
Might give it a go sometime.
Yeah, it is good.
Actually, how skilled are you with a bow and arrow in real life?
If it's not pointed at my face, I should be all right.
Yeah, like do you do archery often, or you used to do it?
I don't do archery. I have thrown a bow and arrow though before.
Kathryn, you're right. You seem to be zoning out of it.
A little bit.
Yeah, like do you do archery in real life often or occasionally?
I haven't recently, unfortunately. The weather and just life has been going in the way, but I do bear bow and I can shoot up to 50 yards.
Mm. That's brilliant.
Well, we're
I've
going
been
to
doing
use
it for
that.
like 16 years. So
I
Like, you're
tried
gonna
archery
be-
once.
You're
Oh,
gonna
oh,
have
yeah.
a bow and arrow, and like you're actually gonna be the more combative companion. Actually,
I'm playing a very exaggerated me.
you actually, I kind of envision you having a leather jacket and like the arrows around like just up here, and then you just go like.
Thanks,
Don't move.
babes.
You're gonna be like Leela/Martha, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
Right. Any final words to anyone before we finish?
Fantastic.
Alonzi.
Alonzi.
Another
Kathryn,
20
say the Matt
years.
Smith phrase. Say the Matt Smith phrase.
Oh, Geronimo.
Yay! Let's go.
Clara!
Is that-
And don't be a pudding brain.
Don't be lasagna.
Yeah.
Don't be lasagna. All right, everyone. Don't be lasagna. All right. Listen
Don't
to
be
Capaldi.
lasagna.
Don't be lasagna. Yep.
Don't be lasagna. Brilliant. But,
Yeah.
to anyone listening still or watching, goodbye. Have a nice.
Good everyone. It's
Have a
nice
nice
seeing you all.
Go
Goodbye.
reward yourself for watching and listening through this.
If you've listened
Get
this
yourself
far,
a cup of
Yourself
tea
a
and a slice
treat.
of cake. You deserve it.
if you listen
Yeah.
this far,
Get a
you've,
drink.
this is worthy of probably 3 Doctor Who full-length episodes at 45
Yeah, and a
minutes.
lie down in a dark room,
Yeah,
probably with some interesting drinks.
yeah. Enjoy your, to anyone listening, watching, enjoy your time listening to this, and make sure to check out the next edition of the 20th anniversary of Doctor Who podcast specials. Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
It's more like a ramble.
Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone.
well, yeah, it is like a ramble. We might as well call the episode Ramble.
Oh, yeah. That's actually a good episode title.
Ramble.
Rambling through time and space.
Rambo.
Yeah, ramble. Right. To anyone still here, see you next time.
Thank you and good night.
See you.
Bye.
Good night, everyone. Take care.
Let's go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. If you were listening to the episode that just happened, well, this episode is actually going to be joined to that episode. That makes sense. So we'll kind of wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. But yeah, so it's all going to be joined in. It's all joined as one. So This is a different day, but we're still talking about the same stuff and the same question. So. It's like the 20th anniversary of New Who. or the revival, or Doctor Who, whatever you like to say. So, Peter, welcome back to the podcast. It's quite funny because you had problems, and because I find it funny you haven't been on the podcast since 2023, and you haven't used the app that we record it on. So, welcome back.
Thank you.
But to anyone who doesn't know who you are, just say a little intro.
Oh.
Just say your name, Peter.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, I've lost it again. Sorry. Yes, hi, I'm Peter. I'm a massive Doctor Who fan. I've got autism and dyspraxia. Yeah, and yeah, I've been a fan of Doctor Who since the David Tennant era when he was the 10th Doctor.
Not the 14th.
Not the 14th, no.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's good to have you here. Sylvia, would you mind just doing a little introduction of yourself?
Yeah, hey, I'm Sylvia. I've been a fan of the show since Peter Capaldi was the Doctor. I'm a cosplayer and a Doctor Who YouTuber, sort of. I've stopped doing that for a while, but I'm getting back into it. I speak at a lot of panels at conventions, and I cosplay 13 and Sarah Jane. My most known cosplay is Hand of Fear, Sarah Jane.
Yeah. We had on the last episode we had Kathryn on, and she was talking about you, saying how you love your Sarah Jane.
Yeah, I love Sarah. She's a great companion. She's probably the best in my opinion.
Yeah, she's really good. We love Sarah Jane. So guys, to make it really fun, I'm going to go through a list of questions, and yeah, we'll just answer them. So it's all about the Ninth Doctor series, so series 1, not series 1 from last year, obviously. So series 1, where you had all the different kind of episodes. And what I'll do to make it easier is I will say out the episodes so you know them if you've forgotten, but you might be a nerd like me that just knows them off by heart. So what the first question is going to be is like what your favourite one is. So you've got Rose, The End of the World, Unquiet Dead, Aliens of London, World War Three, Dalek, The Long Game, Father's Day, The Empty Child, The Doctor Dances, Boomtown, Bird Wolf, The Apartment of the Waves, and The Christmas Invasion. And I really don't know why The Christmas Invasion is in series 1. But it's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I think because that one was the first one for David Tennant.
Yeah, no, it should be in series 2. Right, I'll start with you though, Peter, because
Okay.
and then we'll go to Sylvia afterwards. So first of all, what is your favourite episode of series 1?
Oh, right. Well, because I didn't watch it when it was first on. I watched it when I think on YouTube, then DVD and UK Gold at the time. Yeah, sorry, UK TV Gold at the time. Oh golly,
It could be a 2-parter. It doesn't have to be a single.
yeah.
It don't have to be a singular episode.
No, probably if I had to pick, I might go for the finale, the 2-part finale.
Okay, so Bad Wolf and the Partners of the Ways.
Bad Wolf and the Part of the Ways.
Yeah, they are good ones.
Yeah.
And actually, you're the first person to say that.
My?
Yeah, everyone. If everyone in the episode just before, like yesterday, but it's the same episode as today in the final edit. But it's actually, you're the only one.
Oh. Wow, I'm really surprised about that.
Yeah, I can, at the end, I can read out what everyone said. So, Sylvia, what about you? Do you, what's your favourite episode of Series 1?
It's a tough choice, but I think my favorite is either Father's Day or Rose.
Okay.
I really enjoy Father's Day. It's a very emotional episode.
I love Father's Day.
Oh yeah. Well, I think when I watched that, I think when it was on UK TV Gold, I think there was a lot of it I did cry at that because I thought the Doctor had died because he was captured by the what were they called?
Oh gosh, yeah, the aliens.
Yeah, what were they called? I forgot myself.
I can't remember what they're called.
No, I can't.
I don't know. It starts with an S, doesn't it?
They're like the winged creatures, right? Like the
Yeah.
guys with the
Yeah.
wings and the teeth. Oh gosh, we're such
Yeah.
fans.
We're just call it the wing creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, Rose's dad, Pete. Oh,
Yeah. So
Yeah, whenever I hear the Father's Day theme, just like those beautiful haunting chords on the piano, I lose it.
I think my favourite scene of Father's Day is the bit where Pete is speaking to Rose and like Pete has to go out and save the day. I like that
yeah.
bit.
Mm-hmm.
I like that bit. So my top episode was was Dalek. I picked Dalek. I like Dalek.
Oh yes, the first Dalek episode in the revival.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
That's a good one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So someone else said Father's Day as well. Someone else said Dalek. Someone else said end of time. No, not end of time. At the end of the world. Yeah, the end of the world. Someone really liked end of the world. So, oh yeah, and someone else said the Slyvia two-parter. Right. So, Peter, this is going to be. I don't know if this is a tricky one or a hard one.
Okay.
What would you say the worst or your least favourite one is?
Oh. Oh dear.
Yeah, I know.
Oh God, I can't think of any worst episodes.
Do you want me to help you and tell what everyone else said?
That might help, yeah.
Right. So we've got my worst was the long game.
Mm.
Someone else said the long game. Someone else said the long game, and someone else said the long. Everyone said the long game, apart from one who said Rose.
Okay. If I had to pick, it might have to be the long game as well.
Long game. Yeah.
You know, that was a tricky one because I'm no good at picking the worst ones.
Don't worry. I think that's the only time you've got to press worse or something. What about you, Sylvia? The least favourite one.
I'm gonna go on a pivot here and say the end of the world. The second episode. Is that the end of the world?
The end of the world.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the second. Yeah, it's the second one.
Yeah. The end
Yeah.
Of the world,
I mean, I did like it. It was a good introduction to space travel and the universe and all that stuff, but it felt to me it was more like introducing all the aliens instead of the actual plot. So, yeah, I like the ones where it's exciting and there's action happening.
I like when it had the music in it though. That part was cool. I get what you mean. So we move on to the underrated episode. So what we think that the most underrated episode is in series one. So Peter, I can if any of you struggle, I will read out whatever people said to help. So what the underrated is, it's not the worst, it's not the best. It's just one that you think's good, but not many people chat about it. Basically,
Okay.
that's underrated.
I'm guessing it'll have to be Boomtown.
Boomtown, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh,
And so, yeah, two people said Boomtown.
okay.
So yeah, Boomtown. It is quite underrated, isn't it?
Okay.
What about you, Sylvia? What's underrated?
I was also going to say Boomtown, but I also think the one with the ghosts.
The
The
Unquiet Dead.
Unquiet Dead. Yeah,
Unquiet
yeah.
Dead.
I found that one. On a recent rewatch, I found that one very, very emotional as well, and a very good plot.
Yeah, but the Gelf.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had Sylvia said Unquiet Dead. Peter said Boom. I'm saying like you're not here. I said Boom. Kathryn said Unquiet Dead as well. Someone else said Boom. Someone else said the Slyvia two-parter. Someone else said the Empty Child and the Doctor Dances.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. We had the whole debate when someone said that because we thought we said it's the overrated one, not the underrated one. But
Yeah.
they said it because no one mentioned it.
Okay.
But yeah, so let's move on to overrated. Peter, what are you thinking is like the most overhyped episode in series?
Overhyped. Oh golly.
But it could be one of the best ones you think is.
Ooh. Ooh, another tricky one.
Do you want me to read out what everyone else said?
Yeah, please.
So I said Rose.
Okay.
Someone else said, well, Kathryn said Dalek. Someone else said the Slovene two-parter. Someone
Okay.
else said Rose, and someone else said Dalek.
Oh, right. Those. All right. Okay. Hmm. I'm gonna go. Ooh. I might go for. I might go for Dalek. Dalek.
Dalek?
Yeah.
Dalek. Okay. What about you, Sylvia?
I'm gonna say the long game for this one.
What one?
I just think it's like the episode that not. I feel like everybody like goes to it first, like, oh, this is such a good episode, you need to watch it. It's like it's prime Doctor Who, and I'm just like, but is it really? Like, yeah.
What was the episode called again?
The long game.
Oh, The Long Game.
A long game.
Yeah.
The Long Game. Okay. Right. We've got two more questions. Right. So the favourite Doctors, Peter. So you can go from your favourite classic Who. So you have a choice of two. Well, you can have a choice of multiple, but your favourites in classic and then favourites in New Who. Now.
Okay. I think for classic, it'd probably have to be Tom Baker,
The Fourth Doctor.
the Fourth Doctor. Yeah.
What about now?
And for the New Who, because
Hard, isn't it?
between the 10th and 14th, because it's David Tennant.
Here we go. 10 and 14.
Yeah, because it's David Tennant.
10 and 14.
Yeah.
What about you, Sylvia?
For classic Who, it's a mix between 3 and 4. And for New Who, I want to say 10, but I also want to say Pierre Capaldi. I think Pierre brought a lot of his own flair to the show, and it was really cool to see.
Yeah, a lot of people said 12, actually, in their answers. I think everyone said 12 except from me.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I was the only one who didn't say 12. And you actually, Peter. I can't. You can't escape that. You didn't say 12 either.
No, I do like 12. I do like 12.
Yeah.
He's actually. I think he's on my fourth favourite.
I was the only one who said 11. I said 11 as well. No one said 11.
Oh.
Right. This is a more hard. This is probably the hardest question you're going to get.
Okay.
Favorite companions.
Ooh.
So with classic and New Who.
Oh golly.
So you could pick both.
Oh golly.
There's a mixture of loads.
There is loads.
Yeah.
The Doctor had so many companions. Oh golly.
Hard one.
For classic, it's probably going to be between Susan and Sarah.
Ooh, Susan Foreman.
Yeah, because obviously the first companion.
No one said Susan yet, except from you.
Oh, okay. And for New Who, oh golly, that's a golly, it's is it multiple one again for New Who? I think it's probably between Amy, Clara, Dan, and Donna, Dan, and Ruby.
Donna, and Ruby.
Yeah, and Clara and Amy.
Well, that's lots there. You've done well. Ruby. No one said Ruby yet. You're the only one to say Ruby.
Whoa.
You're the only one to say Ruby.
Hmm.
What about you, Sylvia?
For Classic Who, it's a tie between Joe Grant and Sarah Jane. I say Joe Grant because Katie is so lovely to meet, and
She's
she's
so
such a great
nice. She
person.
hugs you,
Yeah, she
doesn't
is.
she?
Yeah.
Hugs
Yeah.
everyone.
And for New Who, I'd say it's a mix. I mean, I don't really count Sarah Jane as a New Who companion because she's like on her own, sort of.
Yeah.
So I'd say Donna and Rose, I think.
Yeah, Rose. Yeah, I think me and you are the only two to say Rose.
Hmm.
Yeah. Not many people said Rose either. It's interesting. It's a really interesting range what everyone said. And last thing, guys, before we finish, I'm going to ask you. We'll start with you, Peter. What does Doctor Who mean to you, in your
Oh.
life?
I think probably means a lot, and I think probably more when we went into lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in 2020 when we were all locked out of when we couldn't go out. So I think it just sort of helped escape, because there was at times where I thought, well, I'm a bit fed up. I just want to go back out.
Yeah. So it helped you get
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah.
That's good. Thanks, Peter. What about you, Sylvia? What does it mean to you?
For me, I've been a fan of the show for such a long time, and I met so many amazing creative people through the show, and it's just a safe space that I can go to be myself, relax, have fun with other Doctor Who friends, and people who are just as passionate about the show as I am. I love whovians and me new whovians a lot.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, you always meet new people in the
Yeah.
show. But thanks, Peter. Thanks, Sylvia,
Okay.
for joining in. This is, if you guys watch back, you'll see everyone else's rambles. From it's a long episode. This one. It might not seem, guys, this is long right now, but it's added into the other episode, so it's very long. To anyone watching and anyone listening, we hope you've enjoyed it. Happy 20th anniversary since the revival of Doctor Who. We thought we'd do something on the podcast because Doctor Who aren't actually doing anything in the actual show, which is a shame. But yeah, happy 20th anniversary. Hope you guys have a nice rest of your week, and we will see you in the next episode, whatever that is and whenever that may be.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.